So, welcome one and all. THORChain is the world's largest Bitcoin DEX. You can swap Bitcoin with 10 different blockchains across 39 different pools without using bridges or wrap tokens. Check it out at swap.thorchain.org. Swap.thorchain.org. Anyone in the world can use THORChain. There is no account to open, no KYC required. And THORChain has two tokens, Rune and TCY. The fees we're swapping on THORChain are paid in Rune, and that's where the yield comes from. The fees are deducted from swaps to purchase Rune, so you do not need to own Rune to trade on THORChain. 10% of the protocol's revenue goes to TCY token holders. You need to stake your TCY tokens in order to collect this yield. There are zero inflationary block rewards. Therefore, the yield is real money paid by real users. Rune is also deflationary at 5% of the revenue is converted into Rune and burned. THORChain is turning into a full layer one with the ability to create smart contracts on it, similar to Ethereum. The community calls this app layer Ruggiera, and is being developed actively. If you would like to become a node operator and need some help, reach out to @RuneTard. That's @RUNE Tard on Twitter. He can help you get set up and find bond providers. If you need help with THORChain in general, join the THORChain community Discord and Telegram group. Links for those are on thorchain.org. If you are a Go developer and would like to work on THORChain, reach out to Chad Barraford on X. Guys, please follow THORChain Facebook and Instagram account, THORChain Contact on TikTok, THORChain Contact on TikTok. We need 1,000 followers to live stream on those platforms. This podcast is for information and educational purposes only and does not constitute financial investment or legal advice, you guys. And with that out of the way, my name is Denny. I go by Patriot Sounds as well. I also do the Rune Bond accounts. Hope everyone's having a great day. I'm really excited to be talking about BIORLABS today, but I'm going to go ahead and kick it to Kenton. How you doing, Kenton?
I'm good, buddy. Thank you. My name's Kenton. I'm a node operator and bond provider at THORChain, and running the marketing team as well. Making some progress there. Not sure you heard on Thursday. Give some updates. Maybe tune into that. Yeah, I see you guys liking my progress on CoinGecko getting changed now. Kicked off the Bitcoin DEX. JP came alive. I saw him post on Twitter for first time in a long time. So he mentioned the other ones aren't real Bitcoin DEXs. So actually, I'm gonna, after this afternoon, I'll go reach out to CoinGecko again and say, hey guys, maybe boot these other so-called Bitcoin DEXs. Let's get them off. But yeah, not much to update from Thursday. Things are moving forward, and glad to be chatting here with Tassin and BIORLABS. So why don't you introduce yourself there, buddy?
Sorry. Hey man, how are you guys? So I hope you're well. I'm Asen. I am the founder of BIORLABS and the CEO. And that's pretty much who I am. I've been working in the THORChain space for since 2021. At first I started because there was this trading group that was putting calls. When I first started, I was a newbie and I was in these Telegram groups that were like, buy this token, it's gonna pump and this and that. And I saw Rune there and I kept buying it. It would go up to 21 and then I'd sell it. And I don't remember if it was 21. There was this lucky number I had. And every time it went down, I'd buy it, it'd go back up to it, and I'd sell. So I was like, wow, this is my money-making machine, right? And then when I got into the THORChain ecosystem, I got into the Discord. They explained to me, this is like a cross-chain protocol. And I learned everything. I learned everything I knew about Bitcoin, Ethereum. It was like the LPU group. LPU group back then was their Discord was so big. And I ended up joining them. I was writing articles, teaching people about THORChain, teaching people about crypto.
I didn't know that.
After joining them. Yeah, I started out in LPU. Well, before LPU, I also was I was very active in the THORGuards group, right? The NFT thing. I was young by then. I was 17. I wasn't even an adult yet. And there was the THORGuards stuff. I was like, bro, these NFTs, we're going to get rich. And yeah, if you read my chats from back then, I was I didn't know anything. I was just hyped, and super supportive of everything. And eventually, anytime there was something on THORChain, for example, Thor wallet came out and there was DeFi spot and there was the broker project, like all of these early projects, I was like trying to work on their teams, trying to be a member and help as much as I can. But yeah, eventually I learned about startups because there was this group called OX. It's like members of the THORChain group. They had an OX Ventures. And yeah, I was like, I just got 18. I was trying to get in there. And they're like, dude, you have no money, no talent. What are you trying to, like, why are you trying to join? I'm like, okay, I guess I can't really join OX Ventures, but I'd go on their website and I'd see what they're investing in. And I'd contact the project, like, hey, can I like do something? I can like set up your Discord, work with you guys. And I kept reaching out to these startups until I started investing in startups. And eventually, like, it's not it's only like 3 years of experience. Now I'm 22, but I ended up starting my own startup, especially because I mean, a lot of people may have recognized my username from DeFi Spot. It's where I had like the most presence, and I left DeFi Spot before the token even launched. I didn't like the direction it was taking. I didn't like what they were doing with it, and I'm like, hey man, I'm out. I left, and then I started BIORLABS. And yeah, I mean, BIORLABS now is where it's at. I've been working on this for now 2 years. We just hit the 2 years mark. So like as soon as I left DeFi Spot, I was first working at Black Dragon. It's like this BD. Yeah, it was a BD role, but it was an investment group, right? And then I started BIORLABS right away. I was yeah, BIORLABS is I think I've been talking for a while there. I'm gonna give you the
No, this is great, man. Well, what can you maybe expand a bit on uh on DeFi Spot? Like what direction were they going that you weren't on board with?
Right. Well, essentially what DeFi Spot was, because when I joined, right, I was still like super hype. I didn't realize how startups worked fully yet. In my head, it was like we're building these cool products until I realized it was more like we are getting investors and then we're giving them something they want rather than we're building something cool and then people are interested so they invest, right? And I really don't want to trash DeFi Spot because I worked there for a while, and uh I'm just trying to disconnect from there entirely. But essentially, they were building this. They were supposed to build this competitor to like Rango Swap, right? They were supposed to build this competitor to Rango, to SwapKit,
And
or
maybe
Swap
just
if you want.
if people don't know, Rango is an aggregator.
Right,
Um,
dude, Rango is so great. Yeah.
yeah.
And the idea was they're going to be the first brand neutral front end for THORChain. So it's supposed to be a competitor to THORSwap that doesn't use the THORChain brand, and also they were supposed to like have their own backend, right? Where they build everything on their own so that when people invest, they're not investing in a white labeled product. What happened was it just became a white label of Rango because they spent so they got a lot of funding. They spent the full start of their like project trying to build the backend similar to THORSwap or Rango. And then they failed and they were like, okay, investors are so mad at us and we still don't have a product out. So we can't keep spending time and money on this. So they just created a white label front end for Rango. And that's how they were able to like integrate so many blockchains in like 1 week, right? Because it was just Rango. Like they didn't actually build this system and integrate it. And I took care of most of like development. I would get these partnerships with these other projects, and it's like there was a lot of times where the truth wasn't being told to investors and I wasn't too happy about it. Or like I would tell them, hey, we should do this with it. Like we should bring value. Okay, it's a white label product. It doesn't mean the value is dead. We can do something with it. We can like create this portfolio tracker. And you know what's crazy? Today, every single web app, like where you swap, you have a dashboard page with you can track your portfolio value and where you see all of these statistics about your wallet. And that was the idea. I would tell him, look, we can do this, and this is going to differentiate us. And even if it's a white label, there's value, right? And they just were like, they would do it and then they wouldn't do it. And I really don't want to trash any specific members, but just specifically, things were not going great. Like anytime I'd have an idea or wanted to push something, it wouldn't happen. I ended up leaving and starting my own brand. I did get some people who weren't happy with me, like, "Hey, weren't you on this project? Now it's gone, and like you're working on this new thing. Like you read this." I'm like, dude, I was just hired there. Like I'm not gonna go in more details. I was just hired. I didn't even get what I was supposed to get by working there. So like, yeah, it was like I wouldn't say it's a bad experience. I learned a lot, especially because I was like this intern who would just do whatever. Like if the UI there was like UI problems, I would just hop on Figma. I would like work with them. I learned how to use Figma. If there was like marketing wise, I would build these plans, present it to them. None of them were ever accepted, right? But it was cool to build them. And yeah, I'd reach out to all of these brands. Like I would build these connections with 1inch Exchange and all of these different protocols. I'd build these, like I'd contact them, build groups, and build connections. So like I do think I found value there, like from my experience.
Nice, good. I was wondering because they came out and they hit the scene pretty hot or pretty fast. They
Yeah.
were making the splash. I was really looking forward to what they're gonna do, and
Dude,
just
I was so
kind of
disappointed.
disappeared, just fell off the radar.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the token mainly was like such an issue. I'm like, dude, just launch the token. And it's like, no, people are going to sell it. We need like the correct market. And I'm like you see BIORLABS right now, we didn't do that at all. It was completely different. We were trying to raise money because we're like, okay, we need to raise some funds to build because it's a big product we're trying to build. Let's try to raise maybe $1 million. It was a bad market. We're like, look, just 1 million. I know it's a lot, right? But for startups in crypto, that's not a lot necessarily. So we couldn't raise, unfortunately, because especially of projects like DeFi Spot that came before us. And it's crazy because when we raised for DeFi Spot, they only presented like a Figma images, nothing else, and they got 5 million. We were here presenting demos and prototypes, and we are like, look, we're building this, and they're like, nope, we don't like. Do you have the app? I'm like, no, of course not. They're like, we're not funding it yet. So we're like, okay. So we had to basically self-fund. So me and my co-founder Diedrich, we funded the whole project from our own pocket, from the crypto gains. It's I'm not like, I'm a little disappointed because I wanted to do something with my money, but instead of like buying a house or anything, I'm still in my apartment with my mom, and instead I put all that money into a startup. My family's not too happy with me for doing that because they're like, why would you put it all in a startup? Like, what if it fails? I'm like,
CZ's, CZ's story from Binance.
who?
CZ,
Oh, yeah, Caesar from Binance. Yeah.
he sold his house for several $100,000 and
Yeah.
put it into Bitcoin, and his mom was furious at him. Like, you're not doing it.
Dude, I'd be furious if that was my son.
Yeah, now he's like one of the richest in
Yeah.
the world. So
Yeah.
I mean, no matter what happens, however it shakes out, you're going to become wealthier from this in one form or another, whether it's money or experience, right? And this is what a lot of
Yeah, I
people
agree.
who never try anything or do anything in life, like they're too scared of failure, and then that just keeps them back, right? And so you're going to succeed no matter what. Just keep yeah, good for you.
Yeah, thank you, man. I mean, I am scared of failure. It's like
We all are.
stressful to.
Yeah, but totally. It's just that's we're all scared. Everyone's scared of failure. It's just how you react to that fear, right? And most people react
Correct.
by freezing, not doing anything, and I can't. I'm stupid. People make fun of me, whatever. And if people get over that, we all have those same thoughts. But if we get over those, that's where success lies, right? Like, and no one celebrates you until you win, right? Up to that, before that, you're just another loser. You want to be, you're whatever. You know what I mean? It's only until you win that people, oh yeah, I was cheering that guy on the whole time. Like, no, you weren't. It's like only afterwards, right? So we all have to deal with is like we just have to outlast everyone else, basically. And get
Right.
past those fears. So, guys, it's awesome, man. I love it. I love that story, dude. It's
Yeah.
it's inspiring. It's awesome.
Thank you.
So,
The way I put it is,
pardon?
be delusional. The way I put it is, be delusional. When you get stressed, play video games, do whatever, and then after losing or winning a couple of games, get back to being delusional.
Yeah. Well, it's
Or just
Just
sports,
saying
right?
that-
Sports is good for stress also.
the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world actually do, right? And it's just they just follow through with it. Like, I'm telling you, like, guys, like just following through with doing what you say you're gonna do is such a competitive advantage to like people who just don't do anything. Like, it's and it's like Tom. I think that's Tom Brady. I think he's admitted this. He's talked about this. Is like, I'm not a exceptional athlete, like as far as how fast he can run or agility or how high he can jump or how strong he is or anything like that. He claims to be pretty average. I guess he tests on how he ranks all his scores. but he just is persistent. He just doesn't give up, and he just keeps going and keeps trying and learning and improving, and that just got him to where he is. And he just basically, just while everyone else has given up, he kept going. And so yeah, man, it's especially nowadays. I don't know. It's the world now. I just feel like so many people they just don't even want to get out of bed. So
Yeah.
I love it. Love talking to someone like you, Hassan, who's like, you're out of bed and you're doing shit. You're getting stuff done, and it's great. So let's get into that. So you got BIORLABS done. You're like, you know what? You're done working for other people. F it.
Yep.
I'm working for myself. Instead of asking other people trying to convince other people what they should do, I'm going to do it. I'm going to create it. So tell us about BIORLABS. What is this that you want to get done? You've built
Mhm.
and it's now out there.
Oh yeah, and by the way, before building BIORLABS, I was like in the XDeFi groups, Thor wallet. I was in the like Discord groups of so many crypto wallets. I was like, guys, add these features, add these features. They wouldn't add them. And I was like, dude, I just want to have a wallet where I can do like sort of everything. So my idea was let's just build it, right? And it's crazy because back then I was like, oh, let me send them feedback, they'll add it. But now anytime I see a problem, like, dude, this is a cool startup idea, and I just write it down. Like the other day there was like, actually, I'm not gonna get into that. That's like a whole other tangent. um, but yeah, I'm before I get into the beer lab story, I just wanted to ask, am I talking too fast? Because I'm hearing you talk now after I finished talking, and I feel like the cadence is so different.
Oh no, I think you're fine. We
Okay,
might talk over each other a bit. Apologize, but I think you're good. Was the audience?
very good.
Is we're okay. Can the audience chime in?
I'm hearing you guys very well. You have a really good mic.
Yeah, you sound great, man. Keep going,
Yeah.
brother. You're doing great.
Yeah, okay, cool. Anyway, so for the beer labs, yeah, so I left off where I was saying we funded the project, but then eventually we did a fair token launch because we were running out of funds. It was a problem. And then we had like this proof incubator who contacted us, and they were like, hey, we're going to incubate you. It's going to be fair token launch. You're going to make money from the tax money. And we're like, okay, I've never heard of that. Like, I've worked with so many startups. I've never seen like this design with taxes. I've only heard about it. And I'm like, sure, let's do it. I guess, at this point, we're not very like in a position to, make requests like we want to do this or that. It's just, hey, these guys are going to take us, we're going to take it, and we'll move forward. Right. So we went through with it with proof, the incubator, and we launched the token. And in like 24-hour, there was like so much volume. And I think we made we made about $100,000 from the tax, from the like 24-hour trading volume, right? And for that money, it was actually so disappointing because all that money like was spent so quickly, and we're like, oh shit, was it all spent so quickly? Like our burn rate is so low, and I don't know if it's wise for me to say the burn rate on live, but I'm just gonna say this: like our burn rate is below $10,000 a month for the app we're building. That's like amazing, and that's because we have so many members in the project who are like sacrificing and who are willing to basically work overtime. I don't even take salary. My co-founder doesn't take most members of the team were not taking salaries. We're like working with like small budgets, like we're just taking a little bit of money and we have side jobs to get it going. So like all of us are sacrificing, and because of that, it's like the burn rate is super low. But somehow we burned through all of the money because we had all of these new marketing agents like, hey, you pay us, we do this and that. And we had many mistakes where we wasted a lot of it. And then we had these rumors about us. Hey, they don't have money anymore. You should be careful. I'm like, dude, how do you know? It's none of your business. Like, why are you even telling people? You're like, you're being problematic, man. Anyways, me and Diedrich ended up like we talked to our friends, and they invested in our like did like OTC deals where we sold the token to them. And of course, we told them like, hey, we're friends, right? You're not going to sell the token on the market. If you want to sell it, come back to us. And we kept doing OTC deals month after month. And this was like back in March. So it's been a full year since we launched the token. Um, and actually, next March, the token is going to be fully unlocked. Like no more lock, no, nothing is locked anymore. And it was a fair token launch, right? So all the lockups are holdings of the team. We're not selling anyways. I mean, we only do OTC deals because we're not going to sell our token on the market. But yeah, that was basically how we kept funding month after month because we have a low burn rate. So we just reach out to our friends who have some money, and we're like, hey, what do you think of here's a demo of what we built so far. Are you interested in giving us some more? And they give us every couple of months. Um, And that's how we've been maintaining month after month. And we do get some complaints like, hey, where's the like the marketing or this? And I'm like, guys, we did a fair token launch. It's self-funded. We are raising from our friends around us. Like we don't have the like we can't build all these new features and at the same time market. So whenever we do some marketing, we need to pause the building a little bit or lower it, and then we put more money there. So yeah, right now, like we're doing the app launch, and you look at our Twitter, it's not like the biggest. We're launching like all these big announcements, like we're posting here and there. It's not like this big hype train. But yeah, once we have like the full product down, like for example, we want to get the cards in there soon. Super interesting. We want to get the bill payment feature in, on and off ramp. That's already in, and once that in, we think we're gonna go harder on the marketing. But I think I'm jumping ahead. Did I even explain what the project is properly?
Well,
Sorry.
it's all good, man. I think you were doing great. And, I just to bring it back a little bit, I love the fact that you're just trying to build this right. And as Kenton says, failure is just information. What you do with that is, that determines everything. It gives you an attack vector. It prevents you from the same attack vector. That's what failure does, right? So, we've heard your story, the battle of just being a new startup. Very cool, very inspiring. Like, so let us know, what are you building? What does BIORLABS do, brother?
Yeah. So essentially, I always when I present BR Labs, I present it in two parts. The first part is the crypto part, and the second part is the fiat part, where you spend. Oh wow, they updated the website. That's actually crazy. I told my dev to update the website yesterday night. This morning, I texted him to update it, and then I joined this meeting thinking it was not updated, but it is.
There you go.
That's really cool. If you click on the APK file at the top, it should work now. Anyways, so um, let me get into the product. So number one, the crypto aspect, and then the spending crypto like it's fiat. I like to call it the Web2 aspect. So for the crypto aspect, we want to just have this wallet that is similar to XDeFi. I really like XDeFi, and it's I think they changed their name now. It's Control Wallet. Great wallet. It's like the wallet extension I use. And essentially, what they do is they support all these different blockchains, and then you can do cross chain swaps between them. You can connect to any website, and it just works. That's it. So what we're doing is we're making a mobile wallet. It's a mobile app, not an extension. It's very important because these are different products, and the reason we wanted to do a mobile wallet is because it's mainly on the mobile app where we see so many features lacking, right? Even Control Wallet, now they're opening a mobile app because they're seeing there's a whole market to take over there. Anyways, back into the product. So it's a mobile app where we support every blockchain that is supported by THORChain, Maya Protocol, and Chainflip. Those are like our three targets, right? Because that's my background. So for me, any blockchain that any of these three protocols support, we want to have it on our app. And now, what can you do in our wallet? You can swap cross chain. We use SwapKit right now. You can send, receive. And of course, one thing about the send receive, we want to make it more developed. Like for example, we support Dash, we want to add like all these little features. Like if you go on Trust Wallet, right? They support all these different blockchains, but it's only surface level. Like a lot of blockchains, you can just send, receive, and it's not even the full kit. We want to make it so when we support a blockchain, it's fully integrated. Any important feature of that blockchain is supported, and you can swap, send, receive. These are the basics, right? After these basics, and at this point I need like a sheet in front of me. It's my product, but like we have so many features, I need something in front of me. But I'm gonna open the app here because I want to be organized when I present it to you. Give me a second.
Can we somehow open it online? Like
Yeah, the app right now, if you go up, you can get it from Test Flight or Android APK. Early access is open, so you can download the Android APK is like for Samsung, right? Or Android.
no, I meant right now. You're looking at it on your phone.
Oh,
Is there a
screen share,
way
yeah.
you can share your screen and we can
Okay,
somehow?
I can join from my phone on this. I'm gonna join on the link from my phone and you can accept me, I guess. Let me do this right now. Where's the link? I have it somewhere. Give me 1 second.
No, you're good.
Yeah. Pretty cool, man. Love the utility. And that's what, you said in the beginning as you figure out the link thing. Do you mean to send you the link? We can do that. But
It's telling me to join via the app, so
Oh, on your phone, you have, I think on Riverside. You
Hold
need a
on.
Riverside
No,
app.
because I'm on my I'm on Brave, so I put open as desktop site. Maybe it's gonna work. I don't know if it's gonna work. I'm gonna try it. Allow.
Give it a shot.
Uh,
We experiment in
yeah,
live time here.
I'm gonna close the camera and the mic.
We're eating our own
Guys-
cooking. We're trying stuff. If it fails, right, we get more information. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we learn with our failures and our successes, right, Kenton? That's how we do it here.
Okay, I joined. It's called Hassan's phone. You can accept it.
Okay.
Oops, let me cut the volume here.
Yep. There you go. Perfect.
We can mute you, I think. So let me see here.
I think we're
No, it's not that because from my phone, it's the volume is coming out and I can't turn it off. Anyways, let me try to screen share here.
There you go.
Share. Yeah, it doesn't work. I'm gonna need the app. It's fine. I'll download the app. It's gonna take a second. Meanwhile, I can still explain what it is. I can multitask. All right.
There we go.
I'm gonna go through the app real quick. So essentially, and I'll screen share afterwards, no problem. So yeah, swap, send, receive, and okay, that's where it's cool. See, that's what I can talk about this because now it's in front of me. So one of the things that we are building that differentiates us a lot is that we're not only building a self-custody wallet, we're building a wallet that is also familiar to use, right? So for the features like send, receive, swap, it's all self-custody. And when you create the wallet, we don't just say, hey, create a seed phrase. We actually created a new word. We say, hey, this is a blockchain password. And for for example, the private key, we call it a security code. And we use all these different terms because a lot of people, and I have friends, I'm not going to say their names because they won't be too happy, but I have friends who literally get into crypto and they text me after like a week or two, hey, I lost all my money. What happened? And it's like this guy on Telegram texted him, was like, hey, show me your seed phrase. I'm like, dude, there's like this big pop-up that says, do not share. Why did you share it? He's like, dude, how many like websites say do not share and you can just share it? Fair point, right? So we decided to just rename it and be like blockchain password. And I'm going to show you the app in a second as I'm going to download it, download the Riverside app and be able to screen share. And essentially, the whole wallet is designed very differently from the average wallet. I mean, you won't find any other wallet that has a similar design because we actually copied the way banks have their apps. So, you know, banks right now, um, if you open the app, you see an account section and then you select an account. That's basically what we have it. Every account is like just a different wallet. And then at the top, you have swap, send, receive, similar to a bank account where you would see transfer. You know, I'm in Canada, so we have different buttons, I guess, but it's like transfer, bill pay, um, and all these other points. So you'll see the design in a second.
That's a great idea, Hassan, because people people are used to seeing their online banking, right?
Yep.
And it's not so much the under the hood stuff that matters; it's what they in their face, what they're used to doing, used to seeing, used to playing with,
Mhm.
that'll help them make the transition. So
Right. I mean,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, remember how earlier I said like when I was on DeFi spot, I was like, it's not because it's like just a front end that it loses all of its value. It can be valuable without necessarily like it can be just a front end and it can still have value if you bring the value. So like for us, for example, the swapper, we're using SwapKit. And you know, in the future, we're probably going to build our own or we're going to use a THORChain open source one. It doesn't matter. But for now, it's not because we're using SwapKit for the swapping all of a sudden, oh, that means our product has no value. I think that's like the whole point. The whole point is we're letting all these other projects, we're letting SwapKit build a swapper, right? We're letting our card provider build the card feature. We're letting our on and off ramp provider build that. Every feature in the app is built by a different project we're integrating. What we are doing, we're unifying everything in one app and we're bringing the experience to the user, right? And that's what we do. I mean, if you told me for if like what do you do specifically as a project? What do you do as a founder? This is what we do. We're building the experience for the user. And I'm connecting here from my phone, but anyways, we're the experience for the user is a lot more than just here's the feature, click on it. It's also the user flow and the user interface. I'm a big fan of it, and I see many projects they don't seem to pay much attention to it. I don't know if I'm just I have like this wrong perspective of it where I think it's more important than what it really is, but I do think people underestimate the power of user interface and experience, and let me tell you why. If you're in, I don't know about any other country, but here in Canada, for example, we have Wealth Simple. Wealth Simple is similar to Robinhood, okay? And then we have other apps like Interactive Brokers. Interactive Brokers is like Ameritrade, which is basically a very professional broker, right? And just a quick rundown, both of these platforms allow you to buy stocks, buy gold, sell gold, all of the above. Okay, these are investment tools. Why is it that Wealthsimple charges maybe $30 fees? They charge insane fees where you pay for every transaction compared to Ameritrade, or in Canada, it's Interactive Broker that I use the most, where they charge literally cents on every transaction you do. Cent. They barely charge you anything, right? And yet, Wealthsimple is so much makes like they're so much more used than Interactive Broker. Robinhood is so much more used than all these other platforms. Why is it? I'm going to tell you why. It's the user interface and user experience. Because when people come in, they have this platform that makes it very easy to use to buy and invest. And all of a sudden, downloading Interactive Brokers and figuring out how the hell am I supposed to buy or sell, like they don't know how it works. Like
It's
if you and I use, yeah, it is. I use Interactive Brokers, and I'm going to tell you, like I had to, like I knew a lot of how it worked already, so it was way easier for me. But even for me, like I had to look through it, like press around in the app and figure it out before I could use it. Right? It's not
It's
easy.
funny that, people talk about how complicated crypto is and a wallet, it's confusing. I'm like, well, Jesus, have you opened an account at IB
Yeah.
and downloaded Trader Workstation and it worked on it? It's like, what? Like, is it
Oh yeah, the trader
like,
workstation is the whole
smart? I
thing.
always think of a smart guy. I'm like, "God, this is so confusing. And it's just awkward. And like the text is really small. And like, you really got to dig to figure it out. And it's like, man, like, I don't know how, one of the biggest brokers in the world.
Dude.
So it's,
Okay, I can't screen share from my phone. There's no button for it.
really?
There is a third, yeah, but I do have a last solution here for you.
Just hold your phone.
And luckily, no, that I do have. No, it's not gonna work. It's not, but I do have something for you. So I have Figma, right? So because I'm very big on designs, I have Figma, and it's fully functional. I built the prototype myself, so I can just go on Figma, and it's basically Figma. For those that are not familiar, it's like the number one design app for creating interfaces for mobile apps or websites, and it's fully functional right now. So I can just screen share my Figma and show you the design. Like, of course, it's just designs, but it's basically the app, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's what I give the dev. So let me just open it on my screen, and I'm gonna screen share. Look, we'll make it work. All right, we don't give up.
That's right. Adapt and overcome, baby. That's how we do it here. No surrender, no capitulation.
All right, let me screen share.
And when you do have a second, we do have a question from the audience, but we can do that.
Go on. You can ask right now as I'm setting this up.
Yeah, we'll ask later, Reg.
What's funny is I didn't even like fully present the project yet. I keep interrupting myself because I'm so excited to be here.
No, yeah.
And by the way, guys, he is sick. Okay, he is under the weather, and he is here, still producing. Still, he honored his call despite how he feels. So, the dude is a savage. Okay, we do have some screen share, and whoa,
Bring my keyboard back. Yeah.
should we zoom in?
Yeah. Oh, of
There
course,
we
of
go.
course, of course, of course. And I'm gonna open the prototype as well. I'm gonna present it. Is it screen sharing the prototype? Do you see a white screen loading? Sorry, I'm on my meeting desk. On my meeting desk, I only have one
You
volume.
move your mic away from you, so you got a bit quieter. You move your mic
Oh,
back.
whoops. Okay, my mic is back closer. All right. Share this tab instead. Okay, here we go. Okay, so first thing you do, you open the app. Hold on, let me zoom in here. Okay, this is the opposite of zooming in. Okay. Customer, you agree to terms of services. So right now on this page, you see cold storage. So cold storage is currently not functional in the app. You're going to see this UI is more updated than the app. It is going to have things that are not yet in the app, but let's just walk through it. So you want to create a wallet. We have the screen, understanding your blockchain password. And we specifically, like I said earlier, this is just the seed phrase. And you see the 24 word. And one thing
blockchain password.
Yeah, we call it the blockchain password instead of the seed phrase, right? Don't you think it makes more sense?
I think so. I mean, people don't know what seed phrase is who have never entered this industry. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's a friction point for on
Yep.
people. A password or passphrase or something that makes much more intuitive sense. Continue.
Yep. Right. And I was gonna update it to the old UI, but I realized it's gonna break the prototype, so I won't do that. But currently, if you look at this, instead of transfer, if you click on transfer, you have send, deposit, and history. So this, by the way, for this specific UI, it like it took us a long time to come up with it because we were like, how can we make it look good? We want things to look good. It's important for us that it looks good, right? How do we make it look good and also easy to use? We came up with this version where at the top you enter the amount. Oh, and also my co-founder just texted me. He's listening. He's like, hey, make sure to tell them all the animations are not on Figma because for a little bit of side info, he spent so much time on this animation and so much of our budget on it. All right. He keep coming up. He's like, dude, I just got all these animations for the app. And I'm like,
Are you talking about like someone makes a trade or a swap, like little confetti comes out or something?
no, no.
Those dopamine hits of success. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That
Also,
also works, man.
yeah. Also, when you click any button in the app, like the like right now, if I click on Figma, the page just instantly changes, right? Instead, there's like a full animation that changes the page. It's very clean, like it's clean and professional. It's like I know how I said it. It sounds like a PowerPoint changing, but it's actually like a clean animation that makes the app change. But yeah, he'd come up to me and he'd be like, "Look at these animations." And I'm like, "All right, is this like our marketing budget, or how did you do that?" But yeah, he spent a lot of it on the animations. He wanted to let you guys know the app is better than the prototype. This is like the prototype with no animations, so it's not as pretty. Anyways, this is what we ended up with here for the send page. You select the account because you have multi-account view, and then you balance. You select the token and the amount at the top, like you entered. And I did get this feedback where people were like, well, wouldn't it make sense to select the currency first? And we're probably going to add it. So, and by the way, remember, we're literally trying to innovate here on the interface. So you might see some things, like for example, how the select crypto is below here. So this is something we're looking at right now where we want to make it so the user can select the crypto here as they enter the amount. It would make her way cleaner, I think. But yeah, this is a send. Here's a deposit page. You select the account. Oh, it's not connected, but it's the same screen as this. And then you select the crypto. Let's say select the network and boom. And by the way, this doesn't make sense because it's the prototype and the app works. I promise you. Here I clicked on this and it's told me to select the network. What it does usually is if you select Bitcoin, it's going to say select network in case you want like a wrapped version or something. Anyways, this is what it looks like.
Well,
If you
what's
click
the
here, it's
top of wrap
gonna.
tokens on a THORChain live stream? What's going on here, man? What?
Oh, sorry, bro. I told you for failure. I mean, look, uh, some of these other interface, some of these others like protocols, they support Wrapped. I mean, the reason it's supported is because I mean I've used Wrapped before, and I only use it because like sometimes I want to skip the fees. Like Bitcoin fees are too fucking high, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna hold a Wrapped asset meanwhile, and later I'll convert it to Bitcoin. But yeah, man, definitely not the audience. I'll keep it to myself. So yeah, guys, wrapped assets actually they don't exist here. I don't like them at all. I think it's a scam. That's why I'm a big supporter of THORChain here. But yeah, this is the account page. This is the account page I was talking about. So you see how you have my accounts. You have the accounts here.
Oh, did we?
Oh, Hassan, are you still talking?
Yeah, he kind of dropped for a second, but I still see him. He says,
Hassan, hold on a second. We can't hear you anymore.
yeah, he kind of blinked black and then his audio dropped and he came back on. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe click something or interesting.
Oh, he said 1 second. He's got technical difficulty.
Yeah, no worries. Pretty cool. I like the interface, man. It looks pretty intuitive and simple, and that's what you need. I mean, just something that's just low, the lowest bandwidth you need mentally just to use it.
Yeah.
Where it's like a door, right? It's like a lot of engineering goes to a door, right? When you approach a building, people need to know immediately: do I pull? Do I push? Do I twist the knob? And you should be able to do that without thinking. I think if people take that same type of design consideration to the app, you're going to succeed.
So I was visiting my uncle in Australia last fall, and his front door, you turn the knob the opposite way. And I'm like, is this is this an Australian thing? I've never turned the doorknob. I'm trying to turn it this way, and I'm like, it goes this way. I'm like, what the heck? And it's so bizarre. It's like it's a real. So the other thing is, when I moved to Cayman, they drive on the left side of the road here, and people are like, oh, it's so hard. You got to learn to drive on the left side of the road, and it's like it only takes a couple weeks. It's not that bad. What's hard is the blinkers and windshield
Yes.
wipers.
Yeah, what happened?
On the things are on different sides of the steering wheel. So whenever I go to signal, I'm turning on my windshield wiper. And after several years, I still do it. And so driving on the other side of the road is fine. It's getting the blinker and the windshield wiper fine. It's like, our brain just gets stuck in those grooves, right? And
It does. Yeah, it's really hard. All right, you're back.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know what happened. My mic and camera just disconnected. I tried reconnecting them, but I don't want to waste anyone's time, so I'm using my old camera, like the laptop camera. I know it's not the same quality, but hey, I don't want to
okay.
make anyone wait. So
Don't worry about
you're
it.
good, man.
Yeah.
You're good.
all right, let me screen share again.
Screen, go on, look at the
Yep.
app.
Here it is, window, project, and official.
Chad has welcomed
sign.
you
There
back,
we go.
buddy. So
Thank
you're
you,
doing
guys.
good.
I
We're
appreciate
doing
it.
good.
Yeah, so the holding space, this is really cool. So yeah, and remember the bottom page here, it breaks down because this is Figma, but of course in the app, it's not going to go down like this. You're going to properly see. Anyways, let's not waste time on these specific details. So you're on the account page here. So you see this is all accounts, and this is cool, right? So one thing that I really like about our wallet is the portfolio tracking features. So here, this is the balance across all of your wallets that you own here. And you can refresh.
This
you
is
can
not
see
live
charts.
updating portfolio tracker, is it? That's
It is. It is.
your portfolio. Whose portfolio is like that right now? Come on, you're lying to us.
Oh, dude. Okay, I got what you meant. I thought if you were asking was a live feature. I'm like, yeah, of course. Now I realize they're like, dude, why is the price going up? Hey, look, man, when I present the app on Figma, it needs to be appealing. All right. So we're gonna make the chart go up, not down.
Sure. Hey, someone went all in on multi-sig or something, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, I was on the Voltisig launch too, man. Dude, I bought in and I actually had all my friends send me money to throw it on my wallet, and I got into the launch. But anyways, going back to this, yeah, portfolio tracker right here. And actually, this is really cool. Price alerts. This is dummy data. Don't look into it too much. But yeah, you can create price alerts. So this is similar to I don't know if you guys are familiar, but back when FTX was around, there was this portfolio tracker called Blockfolio. Blockfolio. I think that's okay. Anyways, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Blockfolio. Yeah,
Right.
I really loved it because it allowed you. It was like the only app that had good price alert system. And ever since FTX went down, I will never stop hating them enough for taking Blockfolio away from me, because I can no longer set the correct price alerts. And I tried on CoinGecko, who added their price alert features. Not like it was a couple of years after that they added it. Yeah, and exactly, right? TradingView is great, but TradingView costs money. So what we did here is if you add an alert, and once again, the UI is going to break down. Here it's broken down because this is Figma, but essentially, actually, let me change tabs because the Figma prototype is not functional for that page. I believe it's up here, notification tab. Here we go. There we go. So you can create a new price alert, and then for the prices, we looked at the filters on TradingView, or like basically trying to recreate a similar system. This is dummy data. Once again, in the app is going to be different. And in the app currently, there's less than those because we actually have to individually build each one. So we don't have the full thing yet. Remember, self-funded startup, right? But we do have the main ones down right now in the app if you try it. So you can set notifications. There's a limit of like 5 per 5 price alerts per account, right? So per application, sorry. So if you have it on one phone, that's 5. If you have a second phone, that's another 5. And this is the limit right now because it's not cheap to have this feature live, and it doesn't make us money. So for now, it's just price alerts.
Why does that cost? Where's the cost coming from?
Well, I'll tell you, we need a live. Okay, so we need to monitor live the price of every asset. Okay, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, any coin you want to put a price alert on. When you add a price alert on a token, in our server, we need to start tracking the price of the token live, and then when it hits the conditions, we send you the notification. So yeah, it's
So
expensive to have.
You
go
have to
ahead.
pay to get that live stream press feed.
Yeah, but it's part of the APIs. Like we already pay. Okay, so right now, if you go in the accounts and you check every token, there's the price, right? So the price is right here. Obviously, Bitcoin is not $1. This is dummy data, right? But this is, for example, where we display the price, and we are using an API to fetch those prices.
I don't see your screen there, Hassan.
Oh, whoops. Let me. Yeah, you remind me. I need to switch tabs again. So here you see, for example, it's showing $1. This is the price of the token. This is where it's going to be. And, currently we're not running nodes to get the prices of anything. We are just paying APIs to get the pricing for the users. And mainly because, look, and we had to make this decision when we started building the app. And I spoke with Diederik about it. I'm like, look, do we want to build from scratch, run our nodes, run all of these what are they called? I think it's just called nodes, honestly. Anyways, run these nodes, and then from there get our own prices and build our own data source, right? And then build the app. Or we build the app, get users, get investors, get it going, and then later, once we are ready, we have the funds, we can spend some time to rebuild the data fetching, like where we get the data from, and we can build our own databases. And then we will have a new product where we can sell data to other projects. And from there we can also start building our own what was it called, swapper, aggregator. So that was the idea. We're like, look, let's create this product first, and let's stop trying to waste time building everything on the back end ourselves. First, let's build the front end, give people something to use, then we can worry about the rest. So for now, we are using the API keys in order to get all of these price data points, right?
Could I jump in real quick? We had someone
right.
who tried to make a point in the class. I'm gonna put on stream here, and they said these guys need access to a Thor node. Is there a reason why you guys don't do that, or do you have any?
Yep. I'll actually tell you why. So Diederik, he has experience because Diederik also comes from DeFi Spot, and from what he told me, he said we spend so much resources and time setting up the Thor node and then trying to run it. And on top of it, then we were trying to build the system we want to build. And he said it's not viable for a startup like us to have a Thor node set up and then build the product we want to build on top of it, because the Thor node already requires some resources. So for us, it was a technical choice. We're like, and once again, I want to run a Thor node. I'm very enthusiastic, and I'm someone who wants to do everything, and it's reflected in our product, right? We want to do everything.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Awesome.
for now, we can't just run a Thor node while we're trying to build this big, and you're gonna see why I say this big app. I'm gonna go over it, because the portfolio tracker feature is not limited to just portfolio tracking. We're also doing data, providing in the app. So this is coin market cap data right here, and you can open the chart, and this is a trading view chart right here that you can add lines and everything. Right here, you can switch to a candle. Oh wow, it works. Candlestick. And I said, oh, wow, it works because it works in the app, but I didn't know if the prototype was going to have it. Anyways, you go on the info page, and yeah, this here, it's not in the app right now. This here is not in the app, but you have the main info right there. Social page where you have all the links. History tab. This is actually in the app. It's really, really cool. You can see how much you own, the market value, and your history with a specific token. And the news tab. This is also functional. So yeah, we have price alert, portfolio tracking so far. That's what we went over. And if you go over oh yeah, this is another thing I really like in the UI. When you have a multi-chain asset, so here Bitcoin, whoops, never mind, there's no wrapped assets. But let's just say theoretically, I'm joking here. Let's say theoretically, right? This isn't Bitcoin because we don't support Bitcoin wrapped, of course. But this is just the UI, guys. Essentially, instead of showing Bitcoin and Bitcoin wrapped, we just show one Bitcoin button, you press on it, and then you see Bitcoin, and then you see the little ETH logo, and then you show this is on Ethereum. And I like it. It's creative UI. From here, you can select accounts, right? So this is the all accounts page where you see all your holdings across all accounts, but you can filter it. And I know I've been taking some time here, so I want to finish this and go to the other pages we have. You can add custom
Before you leave,
tokens.
I want to ask you, like, so
Yeah.
on ETH, did you have to
They
click
go.
on it to see your ERC20s, or do your ERC20 tokens show up separately?
No, they just show up right here. They're gonna show up. I mean,
Oh,
this, on the prototype, these are dummy data that I added, but like, for example, here BYB, you can see this is an ERC20 token, and it's just showing up, right?
But you
I
click
got a
on,
question.
you're going to see Solana ETH, base ETH
Yeah.
on the drop down.
Yeah, but like I did tell the devs to like, because at some point like you click on ETH and then it's like a collection of 100 ETH tokens. So I'm like, okay, guys, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna remove most of them. The user can come in the custom here, hidden token, and they can activate. And let me show you. Okay, this is functional. So for example, you click here and then you can enable only specific chains for if a token has too many chains, you can go in the settings and enable the ones that are missing or whatever. So we did add that into it because we don't want to fill the screen. And also what I told them was, I told them this, add the main ones, number one, only like Ethereum, Bitcoin, the big ones. And well, not Bitcoin because Bitcoin doesn't have, anyways, Ethereum, Solana, whatever, like the main ones. And then add the ones they have holdings on. And that's it. For the rest, don't show them unless they have like a balance on it. Otherwise, they have to activate it. I think it's a good like setup, right? May I had a question?
Yeah, so, going back a little bit to like your price alerts and you can do like 5 per device. I was wondering if you guys were thinking about like if I'm an individual and I really love your app. I love it's so intuitive. But I don't want to move between different devices. Are you guys going to do like a BIOR like Pro plan where people could just pay you a little monthly to compensate to have more alerts for
Yeah, that's in the
whatever?
plans. We're thinking about that. And the thing
Might be a
is,
good, yeah,
yeah, it does require some setup. And right now we just want to get the full app is ready right now, the basics,
sure.
but we have many for example, the browser here at the bottom. And this is actually like sort of alpha because you're seeing the future design of the app where you have bill payment, and you have the browser that we didn't even announce this yet. Look at the UI. I really love it. I spent some time on it. But we're gonna have a built-in browser that's gonna be coming. The pay bills. We don't have the page yet because the provider did not tell us what are the inputs that we have to build yet. But pay bill is gonna be right here. And I forgot your question because I started talking about our
Oh, no, fine.
features.
It's about the Pro plan, about the.
Oh yeah, the profile, right? So yeah, we are building like we want to build it like once the browser is built, once the cards are built, pay bills is built, and of course, cold wallet eventually. This is important. Then I think the next step will be build this like pro plan, and of course, it's going to be tied into the token. And one thing I do want to say, I know on the website it does say staking. I don't know if my dev updated it. I told him to remove staking because I hate staking. Instead, you just need to hold the token. Like for any feature we're gonna have, you just hold the token. You don't need to stake anything. That's really cool.
Like, are you
Anyways,
saying it's going to automatically stake it for you?
no, 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 no.
I
You
was
just
hoping.
need a balance. If you have the balance, you're good.
Okay.
So, like
Yeah,
for example,
yeah.
you sign a transaction that shows like I don't know, maybe you hacked our app and you're making us believe you own this wallet, but you don't. Whatever you did, you sign a transaction to show you own the wallet, and boom, now you have access to the features. That basically gonna make a lot more sense. Um, Well, that's the setup I'm thinking of right now, anyways, because the features for the token are not built yet. Anyways, market page.
Can I
Token
actually?
page.
I have
Go
a
ahead.
question for you, Hassan, if you don't
Of
mind.
course, go on.
Man. So after you have a crypto wallet for a while,
Yep.
especially an ETH wallet, it starts getting spammed with like, you know, scammy tokens and smart contract and whatever, trying to trick you. For those of us who are familiar with it, we know just to ignore them. But if you're trying to go for normies, like you said, your buddy giving this seed phrase on Telegram, right?
Yeah.
People are going to see these. Oh, I got these free tokens,
Yeah.
right? And they want to click on them and go do something. Are you doing anything to try and help people there, protect them, like with those tokens? Like, is there anything?
I mean, for now, okay, and this is like a problem in every wallet, and I'll tell you why. What a lot of wallets are doing, like Trust Wallet, what they do is if you get airdropped something, immediately they just hide it. That's what they do, right? It's like a blanket protection. And they're like, look, if you're looking for an airdrop, someone airdrops you something, they're going to tell you to look for the hidden stuff and you're going to figure it out on your own, right? That's the idea. Because if you get an airdrop, you're probably experienced enough to go find it. And we're like, I do like the approach. I think it makes sense. We did not build it yet, but this is probably the route we're going to take. For now, you can hide the assets from the holdings page, but we don't have a filter yet. Once again, if you see the app, we're working on so many features that are functional right now. So actually, I'm gonna add this to my here. Let me add it to my to-do list. This is because right now we're making a list of all the next features we're adding to the app, and that should definitely be one of them. So filters, scam tokens automatically instead of manually.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like how you just take some advice and immediately add it to your game plan.
Yep.
Like we were talking about earlier, it's like I think the new thing to do it is you iterate in real time. So I think this one advantage, like Elon Musk, for example, is that he doesn't wait until the next pre-approved iteration of the vehicle on the manufacturing line. If he sees a problem, he immediately tells the manufacturing line, make this correction now.
Yeah.
Right. And so I like that gung ho activity, the mentality where you just immediately adapt to new information. So
Dude,
nice.
I'm paying for this to-do list app because it's so good. And I was using like these like it was like Microsoft to-do list. I don't know, there was something wrong with it. I couldn't properly organize things. Now I have like folders like work, BR labs, home, chores, all this stuff. It's like anything someone tells me to do, I just write it down. Later when I have time, I open it. Okay, I have free time. What do I do? And then I scroll through it, get things done. Yeah. But yeah, it's a good thing that you mentioned it. It's a good catch because a lot of time when you build these apps, like at first when I start designing the app, all the details are in my head because I'm obsessing over it, right? But then shortly after, once we get into all these features, you lose the detail part of it because you're like zoomed out, right? So for you as an outsider, it's not as hard to do it and just zoom in and see that specific issue that I can look into and fix. So I like that, and I can just add it to my list and make a better product. Um, but yeah, going back to the market page, we have the tokens here. I added the Xstocks tabs, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, you integrated Xstocks," and it's like, guys, I'm gonna be honest here, it's not as impressive as you think because X stocks are just ERC20 tokens or Solana tokens. So we're basically just displaying tokens. That's it. We already, like it says, self custody wallets. We already support every token that exists on the blockchains we support, right? We just added a tab for it. And, of course, if you click on one, okay, now it shows Ethereum, but in the app, oh my God, I need to fix this prototype. Actually, I don't because we have a live product. But if you click on it, it's going to take you to the info page where you see like Chevron X stock and you're going to see its information. That's inside the real app. That's how it works. And then we're going to add Jupiter so you can swap them because right now on SwapKit, you can't swap them, but we're going to add ourselves. We're going to add Jupiter to SwapKit and you'll be able to swap the X stocks in the app. Here's the swapper. So,
I do have a couple things from the audience, if you don't let me jump in. Yeah. So for thanks, shout out to Reed Trolls. He's been giving us a lot of things to talk about. So earlier on, he did say he will add BIORLABS to the great THORChain community fees compilation lists. So that's cool. But then he had a question for you. He says, will BIORLABS support LP, TCY bonding, Thor names, and / or eventually custom memo transactions?
Okay, so actually, I'm going to show you something right now. And
there we go.
Let me show you something. Hold on. I'm going to share this tab instead. Let me go into the beta. So the beta, this is the first page, not the first page. When we hired designers and I told them this is the full app and they build, and you see this is like the original app where you literally have holdings, DeFi, NFT. It's like entirely different. This is not at all the live product. This was like the initial idea when we started building it, right? And in DeFi, you see staking, loans, liquidity providing. And if you go, I know it's loading because I haven't opened this page in a while. But if you go, let me find it. It's somewhere. Let me zoom out. P2P, price alert, messaging, DeFi, staking, saving. Where's loans, man? Show me the loans. It should be in saving around. Oh, DeFi, here it is. Loans. We had like a whole design, everything was ready. And the idea was we wanted to integrate, like, so you can stake in the app, you can do loans and everything. And that would, of course, include the, and let me go back to the main tab so I can go back to the meeting here. Hello. Okay, I'm here. So yeah, we wanted to do the bonding, the, liquidity providing and everything. There is a problem. We're a startup. and adding these features is not going to get us more revenue for now. So like, and it's annoying because like I am the first guy to tell you, hey man, and this was also a problem at DeFi Spot. I'll tell them, guys, we should add like, for example, the portfolio tracking, and they're like, it's not going to give us money. I'm like, it doesn't matter. It's going to bring us users, and the users are going to bring money, right? But and you know, that's my philosophy. Build a good product, and the money will come after. Okay, not every feature you add needs to like in and of itself generate the money. However, when we have such a big product, we can't like, and it is in the future. Like anything you tell me, hey, are you going to do this or that? I'm going to tell you it's in the roadmap, because our goal is to do everything. So it's in the roadmap, 100%. We want to do the you know, liquidity providing, loans, everything. We want to have it. It's in the roadmap. But for now, it just doesn't make sense for us to add it, because like, tell me what's more valuable to our app, having the built-in browser or having the liquidity providing. And if we have the built-in browser, you can provide liquidity anyways, right, by connecting in the wallet, and then you can do it on the other platforms. What is more important, the cards feature? The cards feature, we haven't even talked about it yet. We're going to talk about it soon.
Yes, that's the big thing.
That's the big thing, right? It's not even built yet. So like, we do have priorities, but let me reassure you, anything like loans, staking, anything DeFi, we want to have it in the app native. As you saw in the UI, we have like a UI where it's fully native. You never leave the app. And I do have a debate with myself sometimes. I'm like, do I leave this feature for the built-in browser, or do we build it inside the app? What makes more sense? And I do think about that a lot. And the liquidity providing is one of those, because I'm like, is it going to make the app too full for the average user, and then the more experienced ones can use the browser? Or does it make more sense to have it inside the app directly for convenience? So I do like wrestle a lot with that. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I mean, you know, you could have a simple interface starting because you want to just appeal to the greater audience, but then maybe you could have like an option where it's like a pro, like a sophisticated option, and then it transitions into an interface with all these crazy options, and that caters to that type of person that is more sophisticated. But I know you want to appeal to a general audience,
Yeah.
particularly those who may not know hardly anything about blockchain at all. That's why you're using password instead of seed phrase, right? So yeah, maybe something that you can configure in the options where you can, an optional thing that can make it a more you know, like a pro version or whatever.
And you know what
Don't
was
include
beautiful
it in the
about what
ability
we
to liquidity pool. Don't do it.
sorry, don't do it.
Don't put it in the ability pool.
Right?
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
thinking staking makes more sense, because liquidity pool is like a little bit hard to present it on a simple UI. I feel like it's going to break the experience, but the staking makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
So like bonding and staking, I think that would work, right? But and we can present it as like saving accounts, right? So it does make sense. But the liquidity pool, that's where I'm very hesitant.
well, so this, okay, I have another question here. This is from With the Coke. And so will they have Ruggira stuff as well? And so there's going to be this separate thing now when it comes to LP, because we'll have concentrated liquidity, which is a different beast.
Yeah.
It's not really, you know, it's going to be on the app layer. So yeah, I'll just give this question. Are you guys planning on doing Ruggira stuff in the future as well? Answer's probably yes, but go ahead.
Yeah. So
Maybe not.
let me give you the full answer here. When Ruggira was Kujira and it was on Terra Luna, I used it back then and I loved it, because I could like bet money on liquidity on the loans of people, and if they get liquidated, I make money, and it was great. So I used to do that, and it was just a cool feeling. I'd wake up and then it's like, oh, your bet triggered, and you just got like Atom or like Terra Luna at like a big discount, or UST at a big discount. It was amazing. And in my head, this is like peak DeFi product. Like this is when you tell me what is DeFi, like in my head, that's exactly what I think about, and that's what I want to show you, because it's so cool and it works. It makes you money. It's exactly what crypto is made for. So I really think, and I don't know if they're still building that, because ever since they shifted to Ruggira, and I know in the last space with THORChain, you guys told me to look into it. I did look into it a little bit. I didn't go too deep. I don't know if they still do the liquidity auction thing, but like I would really love to have that inside the app. I think it's a valuable product. And anything Ruggira, like for example, they have, you can trade and you have the chart, right? I do think there's value there, but I need to think about how we're going to integrate it into the current app. I really want to integrate it. I love what they're doing, but I need like first I want to finish the product, and then I need to think about how we're going to integrate it in the app without breaking the current experience. of what we built, right?
For sure, for sure. And my understanding is that, all the things on Conjura that were will eventually be transitioned to the Rajira, but just in the more DeFi. And I'll bring up a little show on the stream here, something that corroborating what Kenton said. No need a LP in the app. This is a desktop anyway. So seems to side with Kenton on that issue as well. So awesome, man. So go ahead, continue.
Yeah. Going back to the app. Where's my browser? Here it is. Sorry, I have so many tabs open. Here we go. So, okay, this is something cool that I just texted my devs about the other day because I did an AMA with a space with Chainflip, and we're going to do it in Maya protocol. We're like, look, let's do this. We know a lot of the people in the protocol, like the cross-chain space, they're very tribalistic. Like you would think it's just a swapping protocol. No, it's not. It's a family, and people are here. They want to support their protocol, and we're seeing it where people are hungry for THORChain to have their own like website with their own swapper. Even like for example, Chainflip or Maya protocol. Now, if you go on their website, they have their own swapper for their or only for their protocol. And so what we decided to do is at the bottom, you see liquidity sources. We're gonna allow people to select who they want to support. If you're a guy who's like, I want to support THORChain, I'm a THORChain guy. I don't like these other guys. Go ahead, support THORChain. If you want to support Maya protocol, you can do that. If for some reason you have a what is the word? A grudge against any specific protocol, you can remove it. Look, I think it's good for marketing, and also it makes sense, right? A lot of the people in the ecosystem when it comes to cross-chain, for some reason, they happen to be tribalistic, and I feel like that's why they wouldn't necessarily download our app because they're like, if I download the app now, I'm gonna use Swapkit and it's gonna support like maybe this other protocol, and I have my money in Rune. I don't want to. So look, you go in there, you're gonna remove it. It's gonna be in the next version. I told my dad, I told him, dude, I actually texted him, I'm like, dude, right now, we need this right now. I'm going on the yeah, I told him I'm going on the
Edge
THORChain.
wallet are things like that. They can
Mhm.
in Edge wallet you can go in and you can select your provider of choice, or you can
Yeah, you can do this on the Rango Swap also. That's where I got the idea from. And when you go on their website, but I'm like, I didn't know any mobile wallet had that. And I don't have my second phone on me, but if I showed you my phone, I have an iOS. I use Android. I have like this. I'm just gonna show my phone because I think it's really cool. It's this Samsung Z7 Fold. I really like
Oh,
it.
how do you like that?
Uh,
You
dude, I
like it?
love it. It's like, oh, dude, it's so amazing because like I get to work from anywhere. Like anytime I have to work, I just open it and then I have an iPad. I can work on it.
Because
I actually have it. Yeah, go ahead.
tangent, guys. Yeah, so like I'll reset from my computer, and then I'm like, I just want you're supposed to move around, not always sit in the same spot. So I'll lay on the couch behind me, and I'll read stuff on my phone. But like, it's too small, you know.
Yeah,
So
it's an iPad now. I just open it.
I
It's
think
way
I gotta
bigger.
get one of those. I think.
But also like I bought it, and I'm gonna tell you this is what I try to do and don't do it. I bought a foldable keyboard that I can put in my pocket with a very small mouse, and the idea was this is a portable computer now. What I noticed was that Samsung made like they put a lot of effort into it to the point where you don't need a keyboard and mouse. It's like it works, but it's useless. I realize it's a lot faster if I just use my fingers. Like sometimes when I have to type a long email, I'll put the phone and I use the keyboard. I'm like, look, I paid money for it. I'll use it. But like, if you told me right now, would you buy it? I'd say no. I can just use the phone. I don't need that.
You're a good min maxer, man. You're always looking for that like 2% extra more efficiency. You know what I mean?
What is it again? I gotta write it down.
It's a Z7 Fold. Don't buy any other generation there, and do not buy the Trifold. It's horrible. The Samsung Trifold is bad. Only buy the Z7 Fold. I bought it as soon as it came out. So
Yeah, well, I'm glad. I'm actually walk it back a little bit. I'm glad you can choose your liquidity routes because I am proudly and aggressively a tribalistic person. So that would appeal to me 100%.
right, I know,
I like
right? Dude, I caught that immediately when I started doing the spaces with THORChain Maya. I caught it so fast. I'm like, okay, we need to do this ASAP. But
Yes,
yeah,
because like for me, I want THORChain, I want Maya. I love the ethos, right? And I want to support that ethos, right? So exactly, yep. It's a powerful thing, man. I'm telling you.
yeah,
So good thinking.
yeah, and yeah, going back to the phone. So, anyways, forget this phone. I have my second phone. It's in my room right now. It's an old iOS device. Ew, I know. Anyways, and this Apple device, I use it, and I have like over 100 apps I downloaded from the App Store. And do you want to guess what these apps are?
What?
Crypto
Kenton,
wallets.
go ahead.
Crypto. Oh, whoops! I said the answer.
What is
That's it.
Oh, you didn't hear me? Go ahead. Try and guess. I have over 100 apps it's the same genre of apps. I have over 100 of them.
I'm a boomer, and I want to skip the chance of embarrassing myself live on stream, so I'm gonna
Okay.
kick it to Kenton, who is a bigger boomer than me.
Okay. I have over 100 apps, and all of them, they're crypto wallets. I went on the App Store. I went in Finance's wallet. I downloaded every single one I could find, and I went into their app and I used it. I'm like, what makes this wallet better than us? I'd write it down. What makes this wallet worse than us? I'd write it down. And then I came back to our app and I would work on it. And what I love about it is I know no one else has the patience and passion that I have to do it. Okay. And this is not something I could have hired someone to do. This is something like as a founder, I had to do myself because it's my vision, my idea. Anyways, and the liquidity I just went on a whole tangent. The liquidity providing, you don't see it in the other apps. Maybe it's a new feature. I missed it from the Edge wallet because I do have Edge wallet on my phone. But yeah, anyways.
I thought that's great. I think that's a great thing you just did. Yeah, I mean, you want something right, got to do it yourself, right? That's that entrepreneurial spirit. I mean, I love it, man.
Yeah, and you know, in most wallets, the way it works is you select a main account and then you have all the features. For us, in every page, you have to select your wallet. So in the swap, you select the wallet you want to swap with. In the accounts, you're going to select the accounts you want to view. In the, and of course, if you select a specific account from here, it's going to automatically open it. And where was the other page? Here we go. Send receive.
Accounts?
Yes. And let me show you. Ooh, actually, yeah. So about the swapping between accounts, I thought about it and I'm like, look, for the initial user interface, we just want to make it functional. And it's a little embarrassing, but because we had a low budget, we did struggle with building the swapper a little bit. But after we built it, we're like, okay, now it's functional. And later we're going to add the thing where you can swap between different wallets. For now, we just wanted it to work, and it works. It finally works. You can go on the website and you can download a test flight. It's open access or the APK file for Android. But for the send receive, you can. So if you go here, select contact instead of address, and you can select. Okay, I'm not leaking anyone's email. Thank God. These are fake emails. You can select someone to send money to, or you can select owned addresses. Okay, this is not the correct page. What the hell just happened? Yeah, once again, guys, this is a prototype and some things are not connected properly because we edited a lot and sometimes we don't update the prototype with the new designs. Anyways, if you click on the select contact, you can click on owned addresses and it's going to show you all the addresses you own and you can send funds between them. And we want to do the same thing with the swapper, but it's not there yet. Anyways, this is the Web3 features for now. We have browser. Oh, and wallet connect. I hope there's okay, cool. Because I sent the designers a picture of the scan QR code, and there was like my face in the background, and I was scared that they used it for the prototype, but it's not there.
We should. I think it's been great, Hassan, but I want to make sure we have enough time to get into your debit card.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like that's your real.
Yeah, it is the real value.
Real value, competitive advantage.
I was actually wrapping up here. I just want to spend one last second on this cool feature I really love. So when you scan the QR code in many wallets, man, can you stop doing that? I'm going to switch tabs. Share this tab instead. Here we go. And going back to the official design. Go down. QR codes. I really want to show this. And anyone who uses Wallet Connect is going to immediately understand the pain. Okay. So sometimes if you're on your mobile phone, okay, and you try to connect to a website, let's say you're at work or whatever it is, you don't have a computer, and you try to do Wallet Connect, like sometimes from the browser, like the built-in browser inside the app, you can't connect directly. So what I do is I go on my phone's browser. For example, I'm going to research, let's say, Aave.com, and then I'm going to connect Wallet Connect, and it's going to say, scan this QR code. Of course, I can't go inside the app and then scan the QR code when it's in the same device. So what you can do is you can take a screenshot of the QR code and you can just upload it here as an image, or you can enter the data next and it's going to complete the scan. Like you don't necessarily need to scan it physically. And this is something, this is something I geek about a little because I've been through that issue. So I know this is a problem with mobile wallets. And if you're not like a big mobile wallet user, you probably never faced that. But anyone who's used like DeFi with a mobile a lot before, you would have experienced this at least once, where like you can't connect your wallet, you're trying to connect it, but because it's on the same device, you can't scan the QR code and it's annoying. So we added this little fix here.
I like that.
Yeah. Anyways, let's stop wasting, well, not wasting time, but let's go to the cards now. So this was the Web3 aspects of the app, where you have the portfolio tracking, swapping, send, receive, and the oh my God. I'm just going to go over it really quickly. I'm not even going to talk. I'm just going to show you the pages. Yeah, this is not going well. Transaction
Oh,
history.
it's going fine, man. Got a quick question for
Yeah.
with the Coke. Is it okay to play around with real money on test flight? Are the funds safe?
Yes, they are safe. They are safe. I'm going to put it this way. We don't have an audit yet. And look, I'm going to tell you something about us at BIORLABS. We are super transparent. I will never lie to you about the app, because I genuinely, like, I'm building this from a place where I care about not only users, but about what I'm building. So we do not currently have we're not audited, right? And because there is no audit, I would not recommend going full retard and having like $1 billion on the app. If you want to play around with it as a hot wallet, right? And by that I mean like you send funds on it, maybe. And for me, for example, I have a cold wallet. All my money is on it, and when I want to do something, send it to a hot wallet, work with it. Do that, right? If you want to have a couple $1,000s on there, go ahead. Like, the swapping works. It's not good. You're not going to lose your money. Send, receive works. You're not going to lose your money. The app fully works. Like Trust Wallet, it works. That's it. All the features work. Nothing to worry about. The only thing is we don't have an audit, so I cannot sit here and lie to you and say it's the most secure app ever. We don't have an audit yet. We will have one in the future, okay? But until then, it's, how do I put it? Like, it's at your own risk, right? Like, we built a product we believe is secure. We had many internal audits where and it's crazy because our burn rate is super low, right? Like, it's below 10,000, I said. But every couple of months, I spend over, like, literally about 10,000 to get like an American developer who's like really good, and he's like just auditing the app and saying like, okay, it's secure, don't worry about it. But it's an internal audit. It's not the same as like a big company that knows what they're looking for. It's like one guy who has experience in the space, right? So I'm not going to sit here and pretend this is like the full audit. But like I said, the app is functional, it works. I use my money on it. There's no problems. You're not going to lose your funds, but you should use it at your own risk. And yeah, don't put $1 million on there until we do the auditing. That's all I'm going to say. All right.
Oh, Hassan, are you there?
Oh, hit the audio thing again. How weird. You might have to repeat what you did before, buddy, and then we'll just pick it up.
It says you changed device on us.
Yeah, I think it's a glitch or something, because he doesn't seem to be doing anything, and then it just does that. So we'll get him back here in a second, you guys. No big deal. I like his app. I think it's great.
Yeah.
It seems, maybe, I think it roughly correlates time wise with the last error. So maybe it's just a glitch that happens every so often. I'm not sure, but yeah, perfect. I don't hear you yet, buddy. Try adjust your mic there. No worries, dude. You figure it out. We'll keep the show going. No stress at all, man. So yeah, I like his app. I'm really excited for his cards, though. I think that is something that's a real game changer, right? Because we're talking about, like, how do you appeal to the ordinary individual, right? Well, you make the language so they can understand, and then you offer primitives that they're already using, like a debit card or whatever, right? So this is the big main value add. Hey, no worries, dude.
Okay, sorry guys. It's because I'm dual booting Windows and Linux right now, like, until I fully commit to Linux. And I'm also using too many privacy stuff, like with my browser, and it keeps messing with all the normal features. So yeah, it's bugging out a bit. Sorry for that. Anyways, where were we?
Let's get into the cards, the debit cards.
Yep.
How do you spend your crypto?
Yep. And also, my co-founder wanted to chime in. He's like, man,
You can
tell them.
Or-
No, he's not. He's currently, like, I think he's busy with his family, but he's sort of like listening. Anyways, he just sent me a message. He's like, hey, make sure to tell them we have experienced Web3 wallet dev. Yeah, for the audit, like I said, for example, the guy that is like the American dev, I said we paid like an insane amount of money to do the audit for us. He is an experienced developer who built like Web3 products that are secure and used by many people. So, like, once again, I'm not just putting an unsafe product on the market, right? We have we have some very experienced devs who audited the app for us, and we made sure it's like super safe before. And the reason we went from beta to mainnet is exactly that, because when we were in beta, for anyone who's been following us from before, we would tell you, this is beta, do not put too much money in there, be careful. And we did find security issues, so it was a good thing we did that. But then we found the security issues because we did those audits, internal audits, sorry, not public audit, internal audits. And after we did those, now we're ready for mainnet. So, once again, the app is safe, you can use it, but I'm not going to lie to you and say like, we did a full scale like organization audit, like with like a professional group. And let me tell you, these cost minimum $20,000, and our burn rate is below 10,000. So you see we would basically have to spend double our monthly burn rate, if not more, just to cover an audit. So we will get there. We're not there yet. But yeah, let's go back to the app now and let's go over the cards. Okay, so we just went over like the Web3 aspect of the app. Now let's go over the Web2 aspect of the app. And how do I do this? Can I close this without leaving the call? All right, there we go. So share this tab instead. Let's restart the prototype. Okay, so before I show you any of these screens, I want to give the philosophy here, okay, of what we're building, why we're building it on the Web3 aspect, okay? Let me switch back to the camera so I can see myself. And here we go. So we finished talking about the Web2 aspect. I think the idea, just to summarize, was that we want to support DeFi properly, not like these wallets where they do surface level support where you can just send and receive, okay? We wanted to make it so it's fully supported and if it's functional for like every blockchain we support. Moving on from that. Oh yeah, and sorry, and that you can do all the DeFi transactions you want to do. That way we cover all the basics of a self-custody wallet, okay? Number two, the Web2 aspect. This is where we have a different philosophy than most wallets. If you look at our competitors, most of them, if it's a centralized exchange, you have to KYC and you need to have what's essentially a broker, right? Broker account to do these features. If you're using other wallets, and I don't want to name drop because whatever, but there most other wallets out there, the way they approach this is they're going to allow you to have essentially a bank account inside the self-custody app. And this goes entirely against the crypto philosophy, because what you're doing is you're leaving crypto into fiat and then you're spending it, because you literally have a bank account with fiat inside the mobile wallet. And this is, and I'm not joking, every wallet that is doing the neobank thing where you can spend your crypto, you literally have a bank account, and you need to, with this bank account, you will have like your fiat currencies. It's crazy. I mean, call it what it is. I think it's not what the crypto vision is about. And this is where we really differentiate ourselves. Our philosophy is self-custody first. You will always remain in custody of your assets until you want to spend them. Number one. Number two, no KYC unless the government is going to jail me. So if like, for example, you're going to see later when I'm going to talk about the cards, there are certain places where we have to KYC unless, the founders were going to get jailed if we don't do it. So we have to do it. But if there is no threat against like our lives being ruined, we're basically not going to KYC. Okay. And also another part is I'm a big Monero guy. And because of that, we collect no data. And, devs, sometimes they're collecting data and I don't know. I'm like, guys, delete the shit, right? I actually had many times I had to, when we were building the beta, right? I'd go with them and I'd say no data collecting. But now we have like a full policy on it with the devs. They're literally not allowed to build any database without my permission first, because like I am super against any collection of data. And even like something as simple as the contacts list, which we didn't even go over, right? Maybe if we have time in the end, we'll go over it because there's a messaging feature there. It's super cool. But they wanted to build a database for the contacts. I'm like, no, it needs to be locally stored on the user's device. We don't collect it. Even the messages, we don't collect it. If the user deletes the app, they lost the messages. We are not a messaging app. We're not going to store anyone's messages. And it's the same thing across like the whole app. We basically don't store any data other than like if you do a swap, we're just going to like take the hash and save it so we can calculate our volume, but we're not going to tie anything to it. Come on, man, don't look at me like that. We basically just collect the hash and that's it, right? We don't tie it to any users. Anyways, that's about it. Now, applying this philosophy into the Web2 features. For the cards, In our last space, we talked about the cards, about its features, and we changed the whole thing. We have a new provider now, and the reason is also our new provider is a lot more stable regulatory wise. Like they're more aligned with the laws, right? They're not really operating in a gray area. So how are these cards going to work? We're going to have two different cards. We're going to have the physical cards and the digital cards, or as I like to call them, KYC cards and non-KYC cards. The physical cards, obviously, they're going to be the KYC cards, and the digital cards, non-KYC. Okay. Let's talk about the KYC cards. These are think of them as a debit card without a bank account, so sort of a gift card. Okay, and I'll explain to you how. You have the card account, and then you fund it. Basically, let's say you put Bitcoin on the card, and then you can spend the card. But from the card, you cannot go back into crypto. That's very important, and it prevents a lot of fraud and abuse. And it's going to save us from having to take down our app. I know it's not the coolest thing, but hey, we have to do what we have to do if we want to build what we want to build, right? And then, and what's really different here is this isn't like a bank account. This is just a card. You put money on the card and then you can spend it. And when you want to spend more, you go on your app, you just buy more. You say, for example, I need $20 on this card that I want to spend. You add $20, you spend it. End of story. There is a top-up fee. So I would recommend putting a large sum and then spending it over time. But by all means, this is not a place where you can hold fiat. This is not a bank account. It's a card. The card works with everything. You can use it for subscriptions, paying it whatever you want. You can pay like online, like I said, online subscriptions. You can even go in stores. It's going to be a physical card. You tap it. We're going to have the plastic cards. We're going to have the metal cards. The metal cards, they're going to be mostly for giveaways, or we're probably going to sell them at a premium price as well. But they're not going to have any special features. Like it's not like it's not going to give you any extra stuff if you have the metal card. It's just a metal card. Now going to the digital cards, these are a little more interesting because you don't KYC. Sorry. So there is no ID. From there, these cards are going to be up to $10,000 per card. You can fill them up, spend them however you like, but you cannot refill them. And this is very important. It's a big distinction from the previous provider. Earlier, we would tell users you can refill the card only like up to a certain limit every month. And what we learned was this is entirely illegal and we shouldn't be doing that. So we found a new provider where this is not the case. And let me tell you, if you're using any provider right now that is allowing you to use a crypto card, non-KYC, and you can refill it, it's actually a loophole. They're using business cards. So it's a company that's licensed to offer Visa cards. And if you're a company that is licensed, usually you can have business cards for your employees. And what they're doing is they're using these business cards and they're just selling them to customers as if they are customer cards. And this is not only illegal, but like you can get in a whole world of trouble for that. So yeah, we decided to just remove it because we don't want to have the feature and then one day it just gets removed. And it's, of course, we wouldn't get necessarily any problems because we're not the provider, but I don't think if we want to build like this credible brand, that's going to be trusted over time. We don't want to have a feature that's just going to one day disappear because law enforcement came in, right? So, the new
Can I
feature.
ask a quick question?
Go on.
So the physical card, of course, KYC, and it's gonna have your name on it, right? So it's gotta be KYC. The non-physical card, you said there's a 10K limit that you can add.
That's on the digital cards.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, physical card no limits.
Well, I'm sorry if I misspoke. That's what I meant. Yes. And so there's a 10K limit. Is that regional? Or is like United States, is there only like 1K, or is that 10K across the globe? That makes sense.
I'm going to be perfectly honest here. I don't have the full details because I spoke with the provider and I got all the information I needed because we're like, okay, we're working because they gave me the full overview. I have a list of questions. Do you have a non-KYC option? Is there a KYC option? Okay. Physical cards. Okay. How many fees do you charge? We need to be competitive. Okay, that's cool. Do you have metal cards? And then we start talking about all the different things we can do. Can we do giveaways? Can we do discounts in certain events? And then I have, after they answer all my questions about like the features that I care about, I ask extra questions. We sign the contracts. We are partners now. But I don't have all the features yet because it's not built yet, right? We haven't built the cards yet. But yeah, for the specific thing for the 10,000, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm only guessing because I've talked with a lot of them. Usually the way it works is it's only one card. It's going to be 10K USD internationally, and that's it. And also, I want to mention the digital card does work with Apple Pay and Google Pay. So even if you don't have KYC, right, you add it to Google Pay or Apple Pay, and you can go to any store and tap it. So yes, it's a digital card, but it's going to work everywhere just like the physical card. The only difference is that it's going to be digital and there's no KYC, and also you cannot refill it. So that's a little annoying, but hey, if you don't want a KYC, that's the price you have to pay. And anyone who's in privacy knows a lot of times you have to sacrifice convenience for privacy, right? So that's going to be the price here as well. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is, right? At least we're providing you something, right? I mean, this is a really cool feature.
Yeah, I'm gonna come to your defense here. I mean, it's a complex legal landscape. It's a new primitive. It's a whole new industry. So I think it's reasonable that people understand that you do not have all the answers for every single jurisdiction on the planet, and how they're going to individually respond to this really cool thing that you're building. So yeah, I totally understand that. No worries there.
Yeah.
I post a little relevant comment here. Reed says, I've had so many crypto cards throughout the times, but still not one has been able to pay my electricity bill. It seems like you guys are going to be fixing this issue.
Yes. Okay. So yep, exactly. And what's really cool, well, not cool, it's really funny because my co-founder's DM is like, tell them about the bill payment, tell them about the bill payment. This is my developer. I think he joined the link thinking it's going to allow him to listen. You can remove
To listen.
All right, you can listen from here. Just
Well, no, if he just don't want to speak, like we can.
yeah, he shouldn't speak. He's just here to I think he clicked on the wrong link. I don't know how he got it.
You only be spoken if spoken to, sir.
Yeah. Don't open your mic.
So
Anyways,
I actually click him.
Yeah.
I mean, we can just remove it. I'm gonna send him the link right now to listen to from the.
There we go. We got it.
Here, let me send
We're
him
good.
the link. Poor guy. He's just trying to listen in. All right. Here's the.
This is a privilege club here.
Yeah, man. You can't just join
privileged
in, right?
individuals.
You can't just join in, man.
We're elitists. Absolute elitists over here. That's just how we roll.
If you're you know what they say, the best developers are not the best at PR. Okay. And
Hey, you know what? That's true. And you know what? That's a good point. I mean, like, whenever someone is offering, we've seen that a lot. I mean, Kenzum talk about this, right? Is like they make the most amazing technology, but sometimes they're not the best at like enunciating or like talking about what it is. But I mean, this is really cool. I love how you're screen sharing here and people seeing. I mean, I think the app looks very intuitive, very clean. And I think you guys have the right mission. You're going to make it where it works, like simple, works. You get a working product that appeals to the most amount of people, and then you're going to keep adding on to it. I think this card thing is huge, man. I really do. The card thing is the gateway. It's the bridge between the traditional finance world where people already have these skills, right? And you are going to bridge them onto the crypto world. That's what we need to do. We need to make it a seamless process where people they have their stable coin dollars, right?
Yeah.
And they won't care. Right? It's the same thing. It's like if you look at your bank account, like you have like a Chase app or whatever bank account app you have, you see your money in there. If you use BIORLABS, it's going to look exactly the same thing, except you actually own that money.
Yep.
You are the custodian of those assets, and you can use them in the same way.
dude, I want to say, sorry to cut you off. Actually, go on.
No, brother, that's it. I mean, that's what we need to build. Go for it, man.
Yeah. So and what's great here is I literally as we're building the app, I can't see one specific aspect where I'm like, oh dude, it would be better if I use my bank account. There is no reason. Crypto is just better. It is just better. You have the stable coins. And by the way, stable coins right now, they have nearly every currency. It's not like when it started where you only had USD. So if you're a US hater for whatever reason, let's not get political. If you're like a big euro guy, I only use the euro or the dinar because you're from Dubai, whatever your reason is, I don't care. All I care about is that you're going to use my app. All right. You go on there and you can have any currency you want. The stable coins exist and it's all on chain. So, and you can send from to anyone, without any restriction. Right. But going back to the bill payment, and that's what's really cool. Okay. And the bill payment, dude, it is amazing. Okay. So let's get into it. Let's say you need to pay the electricity bill. Or I have my phone. For me, I'm in Canada. I don't know how it works. And I always say I'm in Canada, and I'm going to give you a little backstory. In Canada, we have something called Interac e-Transfer. And the way what Interac e-Transfer is on every bank, we have a system where all you need to do is give me your email. And then from any banking app, it doesn't matter if we have the same bank. It doesn't matter. I go inside.
But any bank is really 6 banks. Sorry.
Well, I'm not sure if that's a joke. I don't understand because that's not how it works.
Canadian too.
Oh, okay, cool.
Wait.
So if I go, for example, with TD Bank, CIBC Bank, maybe you recognize those names. These are like some of the biggest banks in Canada. I'm in TD Bank, you're with CIBC Bank or Royal Bank. I go inside the app, you just give me your email, I enter it, and I can send you like $200. You go in your email box, you click on it, and then you deposit it into your bank account. All of that just with the email. And this is built into every bank. And I used to think this is internationally supported. Like every country, that's how it worked. Like the banks, they would have like with an email system, I just send you the money by email and that's it. No, turns out that's why there are apps like Cash App or whatever. Like that's why they exist. It's because in the United States, for example, Intraki transfer doesn't exist. So you need a second app on top of your bank account to transfer money to other people. So like
Venmo.
maybe, yeah. So like maybe in Canada, like it's very convenient to send money, but even like in most countries, just sending money to other people, you need a second app on top of your banking app. And just their crypto beats the financial system. And what we built automatically beats it. So that's amazing. But going back to the bill payment, yeah, you're going to hear me say a lot in Canada because ever since I learned that, I'm like, holy shit, what else is there that only we have, right? So, anyways. So, for example, I have my phone bill here. It's a bill. Here, it's a bill, right? So you have the bill number and I go inside the app, I enter the bill number, and then I can pay it. It's going to be the same inside our app. It's going to be international support. You go inside the BIORLABS app, you enter the bill payee information, you enter the amounts you want to send, and you pay it in Bitcoin, in Ethereum. You press pay, it's going to pay it. That's it. You're going to be able to pay the electricity bill and so on. For the KYC, on the smaller spaces, I say no KYC because from memory, they told me there wouldn't be KYC. But here, this is a big audience. I'm going to say I don't know because I don't remember perfectly if it was KYC or not. We're still figuring out the details. And I don't want to lie to such a large audience. So I'm going to say we are, from memory, because I spoke with like the legal team and everything, they told me it's possible to make it non-KYC. Not official, but it's most likely going to be non-KYC. So this is really cool. I can't wait to have it out there where you can just pay your bills and no KYC. You open the app, put the information in, and you pay it. And the reason why it's so great to not have it on KYC is because it brings us closer to this idea where you have a crypto self-custody app and you can do all of your banking like spending and interactions, right? Without providing your ID to anyone. You're fully anonymous. And this is great. So, and if you're curious about the back end, in reality, the way it works is you're paying crypto, it's going to our partner. Okay. Our partner gets the crypto. He then takes the fiat and sends it to the company recipient, right? So in reality, we're plugging crypto into the Web2 ecosystem. It's not like we're forcing, when you're paying your electricity bill in Bitcoin, that doesn't mean your landlord is getting Bitcoin. It just means that on the back end, we're converting it to fiat and then sending it to your landlord. So yeah, it's really cool, the bill payment. And what's cool about, sorry, my voice is, I'm sick and my voice is starting to cut. It's been like over an hour now.
You're doing great, man.
Yeah.
No worries. I appreciate you going the distance despite
Yeah.
how you feel. No worries, man.
So for the bill payment, just to finish here, yeah, it's separate from the cards. That's really cool. It's a separate feature from the card. So even if you don't have a card with us, you can just pay your bills. And the reason I say it's a cool thing, maybe for the people watching, they're like, obviously it's a separate feature. But the reason I want to specify it is for the more technical people. Like I said, we're a front end. We don't build these ourselves. We integrate partners. And the same partner that is providing us the cards, providing us the bill payments. So like you would think it's connected and it's the same account, but it's not. We spoke to them and we made sure we need it to be separate. So people don't need to have cards and they can still pay their bills in the app, right? So that's really cool.
Can I jump in real quick?
Yeah,
You
go
got
ahead.
stuff who makes a request. Oh, you're doing great. We do have a request here for the specifically. You're talking about paying bills. So
Yep.
Retroll says, make it so you can scan the bill with the camera and it autofills the IBAN KID and amounts, please.
Okay, I didn't even know that was a thing. All right, I'm gonna need you to
There
send
you
this
go.
in the chat. Is it in the?
Yeah, but it's your list, buddy.
Where is it? Can you send, dude? Because like
Yeah,
I didn't memorize your message.
yeah. Go ahead.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna write it down here. I'm gonna look into it.
Yeah, that's actually a really good suggestion, right?
Yeah, and by the way, obviously we're gonna have to first build the feature before we add the extra stuff. So, autofill, camera, IBAN. I don't even know what KID is. We'll look into it. KID and amounts. for build date. There we go. I wrote it down. And that's another thing that's amazing, right? Like you can just come into our Telegram or Discord, mostly Telegram right now. Discord is we're not super active on Discord. Discord is where the dev team is, but Telegram is where like I am and where everyone else is. So you go in our group chat or in a holder group. If you like have 1 million tokens, you get into our holders group, and then you directly talk with me and the team, and you can be like, hey, what about this feature? And I'm gonna say, I can, if you want, I can go over the app and I can show you how we have a couple of like little details. All of these were like community suggested, and we added them. We add them right away. We have no problem being flexible. Like when yeah, go ahead.
I think that's great. Do you have the link to your Telegram? You can put it in the chat. I'll share it to the live stream so people can if they watch this, you know, the recording, they'll come by, right?
Yeah.
I think it's great that you immediately took his request and wrote it down. That's awesome.
How do I send it? I see public chat.
Yeah, public chat. Just put
Okay, I'll see it.
it. Was Garrett.
I put it in a public chat. All right, here we go. So yeah, it's a portal you're gonna need to verify. It's just to prevent from bots. We got a lot of scammers in there. But yeah, you go in and if you hold 1 million tokens, get in the holder group. And let me tell you, the holder group is where I am at. And like it is so active. I love it. Like it makes my day. I go in there every day. We have currently about 57 members. We were just around 65 and we dropped with the last market crash. I'm a little disappointed, but whatever. We're at 57 members now about, and like members in there are active. They're like sending bug, like, hey, this bug, I have this specific issue. Immediately I write them down on GitHub, send them to the devs. And I do it because like I have the app. I test the bug you send me. I figure out why this issue exists, and then I explain it to the devs to save them time so they can fix it faster. And even for like the feature request, like over the years, I've learned how to build user interfaces and designs. So like when someone sends me a feature, I'm like, oh, this, I just go on Figma and I like build the design. Sometimes I pay designers to like make it better, but I build the design, send it to the devs, explain the features, add all the links, they build it. So like we do things very quickly. I love when people give me feature requests or feedback. It tells me we have people who care about what we're building. And it's very valuable, especially for a startup like us, where we are like not only very small, but self-funded. We did a fair launch, and there's always a lot of self-doubt when you're in there. Because when you raise $5 million, there's no self-doubt. You're like, we made it. We got money. Now we just build it. And you just fucking, you don't give a shit. You made it already. You got the 5 million, right? But for us, it's like, we didn't make it yet. So there's always a lot of doubt, uncertainty. And when we have people who do feature requests, it gives us hope. It gives us strength. We're like, okay, we have people who care. So next time my dad calls me, I'm going to tell him, hey, stop telling me to find a job. I have someone who made a feature request. You have people who care about the product. So it does mean a lot when people do feature requests. It's not like, it's not annoying at all. I know for some projects I do a feature request, they make me feel like I'm being the most annoying person in the world. For us, it's the other way around. We love it. Keep them coming.
Perfect. Yeah. And, you know, guys, just quickly walking back, if there's any, we're going to have, this will be recorded, right? So there'll be, you're watching the recording, the descriptions and the links will be in the description below, excuse me. Real quick to give you here, this is what KID means. It's a customer identification number. Maybe it's unique to Norway, but.
Oh yeah, my co-founder is in Norway, so he probably knows what that is.
Perfect.
And
there you go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go on. I'm literally going to start a new topic, so I want you to keep going.
Yeah. So, okay, let's go back. We did have a question in regards to the cards again.
Yeah, go ahead.
So with the Coke wants to know, do I just make a new account / app to get the 10K?
No. You just make a new card. You just make a new card. So the restriction is on specific cards. Like one card is, and there's going to be a limit of cards per month. But once again, and we don't profile people. I'm just going to say that. But it's like $10,000 per card. And you have a certain amount of cards you can create per month. And the thing is, like how much are you going to spend per month, right? Come on. And by the way, let me say this, and I think this is a better approach. And I'm going to tell you guys, this is why I love, you just reminded me, this is why I love the bill payment feature so much, because I was so excited about it earlier, but I never said why I'm so excited about it. I'm going to tell you right now. Because me personally, I have everything in crypto, but I have a credit card with a bank, a normal bank. I use my credit card for everything. Anything I want, credit card. It has two benefits. Number one, it builds a credit score. That's really good. Although I am not using the Web2 world, I'm not in the traditional finance, I will still have a good credit score. And number two, every end of month, whenever I have to close off the credit card, I cash out crypto and I close it. with the bill payment feature, I'm going to be able to directly from BIORLABS just bill pay, enter the credit card bill information, and close it. Isn't that fucking amazing? Literally, like, it's going to make it so you basically you're going to be able to go to your favorite bank. Maybe you have a favorite bank. I don't know. I actually do. I'm that kind of person. I have a favorite bank. They're not paying me, but I love TD Bank. They're still a bank, so, come on. But I still like them. They're better than the other ones here in my area, at least. Like, they provide better customer service and whatnot. Anyways, and I have a credit card with them, and it's like the only credit card I have. I don't have anything else. I only have a credit card with them, and I put everything on it. And with the feature we're going to have inside the app, and let me tell you, I'm making this feature for me. I mean, if you like it, good for you, but this is for me. I'm going to spend on the credit card, and at the end of every month, instead of having to off ramp my crypto, I'll just go on bill pay. I'll put my credit card information. Well, not the information, like the bill payee information. Pay. That's it. Now my full debt is closed on that card and I can keep spending it. I never have to off ramp again. Do you realize we built a system where you never need to off ramp again? You can, and by the way, we're never doing credit cards on our app. If anyone is wondering, it's never going to happen. This is one of these things. It's not on the roadmap. It's not going to happen, but, we will have these debit cards. But yeah, so for the credit card, I would highly recommend to do this setup. Like, this is the best setup that I can think of. You have a credit card and then you use our app and then you close the credit card.
So that was a great line right
Why are you never doing credit cards? You made it sound like you have a
Okay, I'll tell you why.
philosophical personal reasoning for that.
Well, there's 2 points. Number one, yes, philosophical. I like personally, I don't think, like, I'm just not that guy. I don't want it to put people in debt and then they come, hey, I don't have the money, and then I have to legally pursue them. It's disgusting. I'm just not into it. Okay. So I don't want to get into that, but also just from a technical perspective, because that's where it matters the most. Because remember, I'm not the only founder here. I have a co-founder with me who also makes calls. And the reason we decided to never do credit cards is the following. Credit cards, usually, you not only need a provider, you're going to need licensing. It's way more regulated than debit cards, right? And a lot of the debit cards in crypto, by the way, they're just gift cards with extra features. Like, if you think about it, our debit card is basically a reloadable gift cards, and that's about it, right? And you can KYC to have the card. And the reason I say it's a reloadable gift card, because unlike a debit cards usually they have a bank account. Like I said, we don't have a bank account. So it's actually just a reloadable gift card that is physical. You can tap it at stores. You can have the metal card, but it works just the same. There's like no difference in functionality, right? But yeah, anyways, the credit cards, not only is there more regulation, but also you need law enforcement, because if someone doesn't pay the debt, you need to go after them. You need creditors. You need to sell their credit, whatever it is. Like, it's such a complicated industry. And we would need to have basically a credit partner in every region and whatnot. And if people don't pay their credit cards, they're going to have to deal with it. And let me tell you, like right now, if you go to, like, I don't know about you guys, but if you go to like Costco, for example, or any of these shops, they're going to sell you credit cards. All their credit cards really are, they're white labels with, for example, CIBC Bank, or they're white label with another bank because they can't provide it on their own. And usually the experience is way worse, because then you cannot provide the full experience inside the app. People will have to leave your app to deal with the credit card. You cannot have it like directly inside the app. And there's all of these like bumps in the road, and it just doesn't align with the user experience we want to provide. So it's like, there's also the technical aspect of it where it's too complicated. It's going to cost too much money. It doesn't make sense. And also, I'm personally not too aligned with offering credit cards. But if you are someone who still want to use credit card and you know what you're doing, go in a bank account, open a credit. You're going to be able to build up your credit score, and you can close it with BIORLABS app, and you will have full self-custody of your money at all times. The only time you will lose custody is when you're spending, right? Because anyways, I mean, of course, if you buy something, you're no longer the custodian of the money, of course. So that's how it would work. So yeah, I think it's a great, favorite bank sounds an awful lot like wrap tokens. Okay. It does, right?
Have you heard of EtherFi? They have a
I've heard that.
debit card, credit card you can charge. You can put on like tens of thousands and keep recharging it. But they do KYC.
Okay. How do they enforce it? Like, if someone doesn't pay, right? I just don't pay the money. What's going to happen?
No. It's not actual credit. It's a debit card.
Okay.
You have to
Yeah, see,
But you can do tens of
it doesn't exist in crypto for a reason, by the way. There's a reason we don't have credit cards in crypto. There's a really strong reason for that. It's just not the target audience. Like, because the crypto cards, number one, mandatory KYC. And I'll tell you why. It's impossible to have a non-KYC credit card. Because if people don't pay the loan, you need to follow them. You need to pursue them. So one thing is credit cards, always you're gonna need KYC. That is number one. I hate KYC, so that's already one red flag. And then number two, you need a whole system. Credit cards cannot exist on their own. Like, you need to realize, like, there's such a big system behind credit cards. You have like the creditors, you have literal companies that buy unpaid credit cards, and they basically buy them at a discount from the bank, and they're betting on whether or not you're going to pay it back, and they make more money if you pay. Even if you, like, let's say you owe 2,000, okay, these guys are going to buy it from the bank maybe for 1,000, and then if you only pay back 1,500, they still make money. They made 500 even though you didn't pay the full 2,000. So like, there's a whole system behind it to ensure that let's say the banks are always solvent and they always get their money, right? So yeah, I just don't want to set foot into that market. It's like a whole industry which we're staying away from.
Well, and someone actually put an interesting comment up. Trolls again. Thank you, sir. He said, if should be able to get credit via Ruggiera in the BIORLABS browser, then spend the credit via card or
Yeah, sure.
So you guys want that option, you can still get it through the BIORLABS
Right.
app. But this, you said something earlier, and I really want people to really crystallize, understand, because I think this is huge, man. So, you said that with your app, you can on ramp, but you don't need to off ramp.
Yep.
Right. And so that's a simple statement, but let's break that down a little bit. So why do people in crypto have a bank that's, right now? Because they have to on ramp, because it's their connection to the TradFi. They live in two universes. They've got the crypto world and they've got this TradFi universe. They go in. Check it out. You can now deposit funds on BIORLABS.
Sure, it's not out yet. Okay.
Well, I know.
Or not now.
Coming soon. Coming soon. What the vision, right? No, this is huge. Coming, you can deposit funds on BIORLABS and you're good.
Yep.
So you don't need to off ramp. So my question is, why do we need banks?
Yep.
Right? If you on crypto now, right? Is this not the fulfillment of the ethos? Oh, we lost him. Are you there, buddy? Oh, you have to restart again. Restart again. We're going to do this. We're going to talk about it again. This is huge, right? That's what we've been trying to build. It's an all-in-one system. It encompasses everything. Like if this technology works great, why would I use my Chase? Why would I still have Chase, right? There's elements of my life that I still cannot abstract away into the crypto world. I still use this TradFi system, despite me pretty much being focused on crypto.
I'm back.
Yes, buddy.
I
So
do want to say
Go ahead.
you did miss something. You said, why would you need a bank account? You do for one last thing. And it's not the credit card that I mentioned, but you do need it for one last thing, for receiving payments. Most people nowadays, if your friend owes you $20, he's going to say, oh, I'll send it to you by bank. I'll transfer it to you. For example, Cash App, I'll Cash App it to you. In Canada, it's just like, hey, give me your email, I'll transfer it to you. We're better than you guys. Sorry. Anyways. And like, if you're also working at a traditional job, they're going to ask for your payment information and they're going to send it to you. So this is something we are working very hard on. And by working, I mean, we're researching deeply and we are literally fighting with our providers to create this feature for us. And if they don't create it for us, as soon as we have the money and we are big enough, we will do it ourselves. We are trying to build a system, and I say trying because unlike the bill payment and the cards where we already have the provider, everything is in paper. Like, for example, for the cards and the bill payment, we're right now like raising equity. We're selling some equity to get the funding and get it out, like get the cards feature out. And don't worry, we'll do it successfully. It's not like, oh, so does that? No, we're going to get there. Don't worry about it. So we're raising right now and we'll get the cards out. But for the specific feature where you can receive money from your friends who are still using traditional banks, or receive payments from your job that is not using crypto, obviously, this is something we are looking at where we're like, okay, how can we make it so we can have each user have like banking information without having a bank account? Okay. It's a little complicated, but we have the back end figured out. It's very simple. We would need a sort of like provider that would have sort of multiple bank accounts, and we can call them, let's say, client identifiers instead of actual bank accounts. And then each identifier would have banking information, or maybe it would work similar to Cash App, whatever it is. And the reason it's a lot more complicated is because in every country it's different. Like I said, in Canada, I can do Interac transfer. You give me your email and I send you the money by email. So for Canada, we would, so, and yeah, for the system I'm trying to say, I know I'm jumping around, but for the system we're trying to be, it's going to have to be different for each country. Like if we're in Canada, we're probably going to have to implement Interac transfer, where we will simply have a partner where we send them crypto, and then they're going to have like their bank account where they receive the crypto with Interac transfer. Sorry, they receive the fiat with Interac transfer, and then they transfer you the crypto to your account. So in that case, when your friend tells you, hey, how can I send you money, and you don't have a bank account, you would just have to give them the Interac transfer email tied to your crypto account that we get from the provider, right? And once again, I'm talking about something that doesn't exist yet here. So this would be the solution for Canada. For other countries, we would need to create compatibility with Cash App and all these other applications. And it's very like, it gets more complicated as you go in different countries where they have less and less and less support. Like in the USA, you guys have Cash App, and I think there's another one, I forgot the name.
Zelle.
Zelle, right. In other countries, what do they have? Like, we're going to have to do a full market research for every single country. How do they process bank transfers, right? And then for each specific country, we're going to have to add support for receiving payments. And also, you have to consider, maybe in Canada, we can use Interac transfer for like getting paid. But I'm sure in many countries, it's not going to be the same system. The system that your friends are going to use to transfer your money is probably not going to be the same that the banks are going to use to pay your salary. So we're going to have to cover that. So there's a lot of research to do, but this is like, I would say, the last like feature we're going to be struggling with. We will accomplish it. Like, I'm not going to give up there. And the reason I'm saying this is because we spoke about this to some of our providers, and many providers we talked to, and they were all interested to creating this feature, number one. And number two, I'm not going to say their names because they didn't answer our email, but there is a project out there that is doing this right now. Okay. We tried to email them to say we want to integrate your service into our app. They never answered us. So we're going to have to figure it out without them. But it does exist. And this tells me that it's possible. I'm not joking. There's like one project only that I found, and I looked for hours until I found them, and their services only work in Canada. So it's like, it doesn't even work internationally yet. So it's like a new problem that has never been solved in crypto yet. We're going to be looking at. But yeah, that's about it. That would be the last point I want to point out.
Yeah, okay, here we have a question from With the Co. Can I ask the one forbidden question? What is the ETA for non-KYC cards?
So full transparency from our project. It's actually one of our core values, transparency. I'm going to be very transparent here. So we are still raising funds in order to build the feature. Our devs are ready, and we have the partner, the contracts are ready. Even our partner, like, they were very nice. They decided to basically not only cut the price, but they said, hey, we like what you're doing. You can do monthly payments and so on. So right now we're just raising some funds. And by raising funds, we're selling equity. So hey, if you're a founder with a network, maybe you have extra money, you think you want to support what we're doing, you can contact us, and we're selling equity right now. But equity is mainly for people who want to participate as part of the team. We don't like selling equity. If we sell equity, it's for someone who's going to be like a new core member that's going to work hard. Otherwise, we're going to do OTC deals where we sell token. So if you're like you have a big wallet, you want to purchase maybe 10,000, 20,000, or even more tokens, you can contact us. We'll do an OTC deal, and it's going to help fund our project. And we're not too happy about it because we're selling tokens, and we want to hold more tokens, right? We want to have more of our token as the price goes up, as we're developing the app, especially with the current market. The price is so low. We're currently at 300,000 valuation. And it's funny because me and Derek at first, we would get people like, let's do OTC deal 20,000. And we're like, no, buy from the market. We don't want to sell our tokens. And now we're looking back, we're like, oh shit, we should have taken that money. Like, that money would have helped us instead of, but look, that's what happens. We were a little greedy with the token. We didn't want to sell our tokens. And we never like to sell the token until the full product is out there, but the survival of the project, the development of the project is more important. But by all means, we're not in any like critical position. Like me and Diederik, anytime we need to raise funds, we always have the network and we end up raising. So there's that. But yeah, for the cards, you asked the ETA. I started talking about the funding. Yeah, the ETA, let me tell you, it's going to take about 1 or 2 weeks to do the paperwork, and then another 1 or 2 weeks to implement the feature. So give it a month.
So 4 months.
and add a couple of weeks for us to get the funding. So it's definitely going to be this year. I'll tell you that much. And it's going to be 4 months. That's a lot. Let's say 4 months, whatever. In the next 4 months, it's going to be there. That's like, and let me tell you, when I say in the next 4 months, I'm being very generous because our team, we are aggressively pushing for the cars. We like, if I could get them out next week, we would get it out next week. Let me tell you. So we are pushing really hard to get the cards in as soon as we can. And like, we're already like close to getting it going so that we can get it on by next month. So it's very like, we're pushing very hard on it. So they're like, we want this out more than you do, let me tell you. So, it'll be out by the next month, hopefully.
Great. Well, we're coming up 2 hours here, Hassan. Is there anything else you want to go over that we haven't touched on?
Yeah, so I said if we have extra time, I'd want to go over the messaging feature. And this is one. So basically, let me give you. Go ahead.
I think I forgot to post the link on the chats for people to join us, for the audience to come ask.
I've been 2 hours, bro.
So if you're listening, I'm putting the link if the audience wants to jump up. And
There we go.
So yeah, maybe we'll give people a few minutes for that to cook. But yeah, go ahead, Hassan. You said the messaging.
Right.
You want to touch on.
Right. So yeah, and the reason I'm going there is just because and I'll tell you where I see some utility there, but this is mainly my co-founder who's really, you've seen some features I've showed you. I'm like geeking about. These are like really cool for me. This is one of the features my co-founder has been pushing us to have, and he really likes it. He thinks it's like really cool and it's going to make us different. It's definitely going to make us different. Let's go into it. I'm going to screen share here. Screen share. Hello. There we go. Figma. Do I share I'm going to share this. There we go. Okay. So for reference, from the homepage. Whoa, the homepage is not connected. That's bad. Okay, homepage. You click here on the top. This is the messaging. You click on it and then you have a contacts page. You can add contacts. And then let's just create confirm. Yep. Hold on. Okay, there we go. I found it. So this is the page of what it looks like if you have contacts, right? Now, there's two part of contracts. Some of them are going to be manual contacts that you're only going to have to like send funds to them, right? If I just want to, like, for example, this is a contact for like my friend and I'm going to send him funds, but he doesn't have the BIORLABS app. So the messaging feature is not going to be here. Let's say this is, you have contacts and now you want to have friends you can message. So you're going to click here. You're going to create a profile where you can select a network. Oops. You can either select Ethereum or Solana, where you're going to sign a transaction to prove that you own the wallet. And then the wallet you select is going to now own this profile. Okay. Once you have your profile, the username is going to be unchangeable. But then you can add addresses here. Whichever address you want, you're going to add it to your profile. You can decide not to add any addresses, but the wallet you signed with is going to 100% have the address showing, and you can't remove that. Anyways, now that the technical is out of the way, how does it work? You are here, and now I did not connect it. How amazing. Let me go back here. I'm just going to connect it real quick. Sorry, guys. It's a new feature. So
yeah, no worries.
Yeah, and once again, we're using Figma. It's unfortunate I can't directly use the, where is it? It's right here. That's the messaging bubble. Let me just connect it to the messaging page. On click, navigate to, there we go. All right. And it works. Here we go. So you click on the messaging and then you can text someone. And the idea here is you can send or receive funds. And you're like, how is this useful? Because unlike in the Web2 world, like in the banking system, where like, for example, and this comes from Revolut, by the way, because my co-founder he uses Revolut. He's a big fan of them. I am not, because they charge disgusting fees. Anyways, from there, it makes sense because you basically, like I said earlier, if you want to transfer funds to your friend, right? Depending on where you live, it's not as easy to send funds digitally between bank accounts, right? You would need Cash App or whatever. So if you have Revolut, it makes sense to request money and then you will approve it and send it to them, right? It just makes sense. And it's the same thing with Apple Pay. You can text people on iMessage and then you can request money and someone is going to send it, right? It makes sense. So why do we do this in crypto? Essentially, this is for the newbies. When you preview here, it's going to show you, and of course, you're not sending 82,000. This is just dummy data. but essentially it's going to autofill the information. So when I request, let's say I'm requesting, I'm going to select the token. Is a full UI built? No, but it's right here. So I'll just show it from my second screen. Share this tab, design, and here we go. So let's say you want to send funds to your friend, request funds from your friend. You're going to come in here, you're going to select the token, and then you're going to have this another screen that's going to say how much you want to request. And the application is going to automatically, like from the back end, is going to automatically take your crypto wallet and is going to all plug it in. So the user here, when I click on preview, you're going to see it's all auto-filled. The user that I'm sending the money to, the network is selected, everything is done. I just need to confirm and they receive the money. So it's way more simple. Like instead of, hey, send me your address. And then I don't know if you've ever had this, but like I said, I have many friends who are new to, and like they've never used crypto or they barely use it. They're mostly on centralized exchanges. When I'm telling them, hey, send me funds or give me a wallet address, like, what the fuck is that? And I have to explain to them, okay, screen record or send me a screenshot of your app. Okay, this is MetaMask. In MetaMask, you have to go there and click here, and then you have your address. Click this, send it to me. And he's like, what is that? This is the address of your wallet. And I'd have to like do a full explanation. In our app, request, select the token. That's it. The recipient previews, they slide to confirm, and then the money is sent to you. They sign the transaction, they receive the money. And this is very useful for someone like me. I have many friends who what the hell? Sorry, I clicked by accident. I have many friends who don't necessarily know how to use crypto. And now I'm going to be able to tell them, hey, just download my app. And once they download the app, I'll like, hey, just they don't even need to request. They just set up the profile as well. And this is why you set up a profile. So that when you send funds, like I press on send, the addresses that I'm going to be sending to are going to be the ones the user put in their profile, right? So if someone have on their profile they don't have a BTC wallet, I can't send BTC. And this is for privacy. We decided to do this. Like we don't want to just share all the addresses. So you can custom your addresses. And hey, you know what's really cool? You can decide, you know what? Here I'm going to put my centralized exchange address. And look, we're against centralized exchanges, but like at the end of the day, we're never going to tell the user what they can and cannot do. And if for you, your Bitcoin address, you want to use centralized exchanges because you don't like to pay the fees on Bitcoin, they're super high lately. That's going to be your address. And when your friend is going to come in and he's going to try to send you money, he's going to press on send and he's going to select Bitcoin, is going to deposit it there automatically. And your friend who doesn't know anything about crypto doesn't even need to do it. You can also just request, right? You request and your friend's just going to be request $500 Bitcoin. Okay, I know what this is. We already spoke about it. I owe him money. When we went gambling, I lost him $500. Preview, sign, and is deposited to your centralized exchange, right? So it's an amazing feature. I love it. I don't think it's going to revolutionize anything, but it is one of these features my co-founder is like very fond of. And we actually built the UI today because today we were like, yesterday, me and the devs had a meeting. We were like, okay, the app is now fully functional. Finally, there's barely any bug anymore. And if you find bugs, please do report them. But the app is now functional, finally. So we need to look at new features, and this is one of them. So this is one of the new features we want to have coming right now in the app. If you go on the contacts page, it's just contacts. You can't message, but we're going to have contacts. And another one of those new features we're going to have, let me restart. I'm just pressing, okay. Import, I think it skips a couple of steps. Faster, yep, way faster. So a couple of things they're also working on, the built-in browser. I told them to start working on it. The rewards page. Hold on. Okay, it's not connected. But regardless, I want to give you guys a chance to speak here. I already went over a lot.
Well, so what I'm thinking that comes to my mind is, yeah, I like this messenger app where you can send funds. Like I'm thinking of an all-in-one app. Like I'm trying to envision a world where, people go on chain, they have their stable coins. If you own a business, right? Like, why wouldn't you just use something like BIORLABS when it gets going, of course, but you could have all your employees on there. You could, you then have this enclosed system, right? It's all in one where you're sending funds, you're doing this, like, to me, this is like the point where it's just bit by bit, the traditional banking system, that infrastructure just becomes obsolete, right? And it gets replaced. bit by bit. So this is where my mind goes. What I'm thinking about is like, okay, once this fully gets mature, when you have a plurality of society that goes to on chain, there's no need anymore. And if you guys execute well and you deliver well, then you will be you'll be great. You'll be positioned very well to capitalize. I think it's great, man. I think it's very forward thinking, right?
Yep.
So yeah, that's
what's funny? I get two main criticism, and I'll tell you what they are right now. And I absolutely disagree with them. And I actually just forgot what they are. This is embarrassing. I started talking and I forgot.
So
Sorry, can you remind me what you were talking
I was talking about the all-in-one banking experience, the various deprecation, the obsoleteness of the TradFi system, right? Thinking ahead, making a messenger app, sending funds to people, right? Like you guys are getting ahead of the curve. And that's what I was kind of thinking right there, right? And
Right.
and then a lot of it's no KYC, very important. I mean, it's just the way that things have to run. So I just think you guys are making the right call here. I'm really excited to see it go live and go forward. Did that remind you of anything?
Nope. But
That's okay. It's so scary. I want to remind the audience. That this man is sick.
Yeah,
He is here and he is talking and he is putting in the effort. He's going 2 hours and he feels like poop.
Yeah,
So,
before this meeting, I actually took like some extra medication so that for the next, it was like some strong medication so that for the next 2 hours during this live, I don't look too bad. And you guys saw me before this started. I was like blowing.
yeah, he had his tissues out. He was blowing his nose, and so he's we get it, man. No, it's just what it is. So I mean, it's the time of year people.
Yeah, maybe I even have a fever. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm here, man. I'm not gonna miss out this opportunity to present my product to I don't know how many people. I'm super excited about it. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna say one thing that I do when I was pitching to people. That's another thing. When I was pitching a lot when we were trying to get investment, and it was so annoying. We kept getting this. They were like, okay, but like, a billionaire could literally just build what you're doing. You're not doing anything special. I'm like, are you fucking stupid? Please. A billionaire can do anything. Like, if that's such a stupid argument, like anything you build, a billionaire could just come in and build the same thing, but like, let's say they have a bigger funding, right? Like, what a stupid argument. And we kept hearing that so much when we were trying to raise funding, where it's like, well, I could hire a bunch of, and I actually got that from like a big VC that I'm not going to name. They're like, well, what's stopping me right now from hiring a couple of Chinese guys to build what you're trying to do? And I'm like, what the fuck is that a kind of answer? Like, who says that?
I mean, honestly, it's kind of like a loser mindset, and I mean, I think the proof's in the they kind of there's like a contextual clue in there. Like, why isn't a billionaire building what you're building? Well, maybe a billionaire doesn't understand the needs necessarily of everyday people, right? You are coming from a position of where you're using things to improve your life, and you're experiencing these pain points, and you're designing a product that makes those pain points go away. A billionaire may not have that experience, right?
Yep.
So, were you saying something, Kenton? I think I cut you off.
No, it's okay. Hassan, can you stop your screen share if you're done sharing your screen?
Oh, sure. I was just gonna go. If you have more time in the end, I want to go over the reward stuff. This is gonna be the last point I'd have to present for the app. Otherwise, it's fine.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So I need to screen share again. All right. I'm not gonna blame anyone, but someone told me to stop screen sharing, and I have to screen share. I'm joking, man.
There we go.
I'm kidding. All right. So okay. This is I call them internally when I talk to the devs, we call this the marketing features of the app. Okay. This is where the basic utility is gonna come. And I want to say this is not going to be the full utility of the token. For the token, we have a lot planned. We have a lot planned. We have like the gas station is something XDeFi did. We want to add. We have many things coming for the token. Let's just look at this. This is not the full utility of the token. This is just marketing features, and the token is going to be involved, and we will have an NFT involved. Let's just get into it. I want to make it fast. It's already 2 hours. So anyways, getting into it. This is where you can accumulate points in the app for trading and for getting invites. Let's get into the invites. If you invite people, there is two things. Number one, the referral type. You make 30% of the trading fees from referees' trade. So if you refer someone, you make 30% of their trading fees. That's simple. Type two, from users invited by your referee. So if you invite someone here, you make 30% from them. And if they invite someone, you make 3% from that person. If this type 2 person invites another person, you make 2% from the type 3 person that was invited. So a third level network trade. And for each type, you're going to see how much points you've made. And we have boost layers. The boost layers apply only to the type 1. If you have our NFT, you are boosted to 40%. If you have 1 million tokens, you can also get the 40%. But if you have both, it's 50%. Now, I think self-explanatory. I don't need to explain all the details, but let me just go quickly over the NFT and the token. This feature is specifically for the NFT. Let me tell you why. The token is always going to be 1 million. 1 million token is a lot. That's like 0.01% of the token supply. That's a lot. Right now, the market cap is 300,000. Maybe it's not a lot of money, but once we hit 1 million market cap, once we hit 3 million market cap, 1 million tokens is going to be a lot, way too much. And it's going to be the NFT that people are going to use to get the 40%. And you're like, then why are you adding the token if you know in the future is going to be not viable? Well, we have people right now in the holder group. If you own 1 million token, you're a holder of the app, and we wanted to give them something, right? So if you have 1 million token, you have 40%. If you have the NFT, 40%. If you have both, it's 50% commission. And these are commissions, by the way. If it wasn't clear, instead of making 30%, you would make 40 or 50% commission, right? So yeah, this feature is mainly for the NFT, and you're going to see later exactly how much this is tailored really to the NFT. And I'm going to go into it right now. And by the way, for the NFT, quick cut here, how do you get the NFT? The NFT is only a giveaway. We are not selling it. If anyone's trying to sell it to you, they are scammers. We are giving it away. All you have to do to get your hands on the NFT, you need to download our early access app. You go on our website, you can download the app, and then we have a feedback forms. You can go on Telegram, you can type /feedback, or we constantly post it on Twitter. You can go there, you send us feedback with your wallet address, your username, etc., and we're going to answer it. Now, there is an issue where, a lot of people try to spam Google Forms and scam us out of it. So if something like that ends up happening, we highly recommend like you add extra information like your Telegram username and so on. If you don't want to add it, sure. But let me tell you, if we get spammed, because it happened before, we had like a scammer who spammed us 900 replies. And it's like, there isn't even 900 NFTs. It's 75. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the real users, people we're going to talk to, people from the holders group. If you own 1 million token, it's like, we know who you are. You're going to get the NFT for sure. But the point here is you send us feedback and we're going to give you the NFT in return. Okay. So the NFT is really easy to get. And it's mainly for, if you have a strong network, like you're going to benefit from it. And the last point about the NFT, we are not selling it. However, we are taking the same philosophy as the token. We are going to impose a royalty fee, like a tax, because we're like, look, we're giving you this NFT with feature. How do we make money? Trading tax, right? I really like the trading tax. At first, I was skeptical when we launched the token, but then I realized it's a very cool way where like we're not fundraising. So like there is no private investors, but we can still make money from people who want to support us, right? So when you trade the token, we make the tax. And the tax is currently 3%, by the way. It's not a discount. Usually it's 5%. It's going to be 3% for a while. For the NFT, we haven't decided the royalty fee yet, but there's that. Anyways, and now to quickly finish, going back to the, whoops. Sorry, I need to reset. I misclicked somewhere and it broke the prototype. Anyways, going back here, the trading now. Okay, so this is really cool because in the trading, you don't need to necessarily hold the token or anything to get benefits. If you do volume inside our application, so let's say you have, this is the tier structure. Sorry, the boost layer. Here it is. If you have a volume between 500 and 999, you get a bonus cashback to 5%. If you have a volume of 1,000 to 10,000, 10% cashback, 15% cashback, 20% cashback. And unlike the inviting, where like here, the boosting becomes the new fee. Like here, for example, is 30%. If you have the boost layer, it becomes 40%. You're not adding them together, then it becomes 70. It's replacing the old one. In the trading, it's actually the opposite. They add up together. So let's say here you're at 20%, then in the tier structure, you get 20%. It's 40% cashback now. Okay. So you get more cashback. They add up together. Anyways, the boost layer is pretty straightforward. The more volume you make for us, the more cashback you get, but it is on a per wallet basis. Like you see here, you can switch accounts to see on which wallet, what's your boost layer. For the tier structure, it's essentially for the NFT and the token, mainly for the token. As you see here, the NFT grants you only the equivalent of 100,000 tokens. Earlier, the NFT in the invite section, it's worth 1 million tokens. In here, only 100,000. So the NFT is not too valuable in the trading system. However, if you have it's only worth 100K, right? So if you have 400,000 BYB plus the NFT, you would be tier 2, 500,000, right? But yeah, essentially it's a tier basis, and you don't need to stake your tokens. If you just hold 100,000 BYB, 500,000 BYB, or 1 million BYB, you're gonna get the bonus, right? And how does the cashback work? Let me make it clear here, and I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna stop screen sharing now. The way it works is, as you're using our app, it's very similar to the referral system. So, on the referral system, when someone trades in the app, they spend a fee, we make money, we take a cut, we give it to you. The cashback, we take a cut, we give it back to you, the person who spent it. So, and the thing that's cool is that even if you have 40% cashback and someone referred you with 50%, we still get 10%. Okay. So thankfully, we did the math. We know how to do math, guys. But in the end, I think it's really cool. And I think it's a gamified experience, right? Like, instead of, oh, if you have our token, you need to stake it and then you get a discount. It's, hey, you get cash back. And I actually, now that I said gamified, I'm going to go over this one last point that I totally forgot to mention with, yeah. And by the way, guys, this is like live, I did not prepare for this. But yeah, whoops, going back here. There we go. As you see here, it says reward points. 1 point is the equivalent of 1 BYB. Okay. Once you hit the threshold, let's say 200,000, this is dummy data. It's not real data. For now, we put it at 200,000. Okay. Let's say you get 200,000 points. You can then basically convert it into 200,000 BYB. But until you hit the 200,000 points, you cannot claim the BYB. Okay. Currently 200,000, I think it's the equivalent of like $100. Or actually a little less, because the price tanked recently. So the point is here, and you're like, why are you doing this reward system? There are more mechanics into it. And number one, it's to prevent abuse. People who are just going to like create a new account, invite themselves, get stuff, and then get free money. You need to hit the threshold. So it needs to be a real account. Only real accounts are going to be able to hit the threshold. That's what matters here. And number two, the members gift. And this is really cool. We're going to be doing giveaways. We're going to drop like codes on Twitter or on the website. You're going to have to find them. Maybe it's just a giveaway too. For example, we're going to be like, hey, anyone who has a THORChain wallet who hold Rune, you can connect your wallet to the website and you can claim a code. And then in the app, you enter the code, you choose, sorry, let me go back a little bit. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me explain it properly, actually. You get a code. I'm going to go over the code later. You get a code because you're a Rune holder. And then you enter the code here. And then you have two options. Either you can import a wallet into the app and then you get the code on top of it. And then this wallet now has the code, which, what does the code do? The code gives you points. It gives you free points, like a 200 points, 500 points. It's basically the equivalent of like 200 BYB giveaway, right? But then you can only claim them if you keep using the app and hit the threshold. So that's where the threshold comes into place. And it makes it really cool, where we are incentivizing people who we're giving you something and you can claim it if you decide to join us, right? So you would use the app, you select a wallet, and then I need to stop clicking on the broken part. And then you would be able to claim the points. Now, going back to the code, the way it's going to work for anyone curious, we're going to basically give a code online. You go on the website, you're going to connect your wallet to prove, for example, I am a Rune holder. And once you prove you're a Rune holder on the website because you connected the wallet, we give you a code. Inside the app, you can then register their code with a wallet. And you're like, why are you doing that? Why doesn't the user just import their wallet here and then they claim from the wallet directly? This is an option. You can, instead of going on the website, claiming a code and coming here, you can just import your seed phrase to the app. And if you have enough Rune, once you click on the account, confirm, it's going to scan. It's going to say, oh, you're available, even if you don't have a code. Not available, sorry. You are you have a reward. You can claim it, right? Even if you didn't have a code, because you held the Rune. That was the criteria for the giveaway. Now, the reason for the code is because some people maybe they hold Rune on a cold wallet. And this is something I experienced a lot. Like, let's say your Rune is on a hardware wallet. You don't want to connect it to our app. Maybe we don't have the feature yet. Right now, we don't support hardware wallets. So you're going to be able to claim the code, and then you can add it to a hot wallet, the code. Or let's say you have a very big wallet and you're like, I like those guys, but this guy said they didn't do an audit. It's not that I don't trust him, but he didn't do an audit. I don't want to connect my seed phrase to this app. And it's like, it has $100,000. No problem. Go on the website, claim the code. You go inside the app, and then you can do it with our wallet, and you'll still get the reward. So that was the idea behind it. And yeah, I really like the threshold system. It was actually the idea of, so one guy who was from the Holder group, right? He was an investor and he was super active. It's actually very similar to my story. He was super active and we hired him to work with us. And turns out he has like a big job, and well, he works with like marketing teams. He has a lot of experience. He has sold companies before. I love him. He's great. And that was his idea to do the threshold system. And me and him built upon that initial idea. But I don't want to take credit there. I want to give credit where credit due. That was his idea, not mine. He's not doxxed, so I can't say his name. But it wasn't my idea. At least I'll tell you that much.
That's really cool, man. You got a lot of things you were building. You got a lot of different features. We're really gone the distance on this live stream, just because there's a lot when you pull back the layers on BIORLABS. There's a lot of things you are trying to do. It's really cool, man. I like it. I like it a lot. So very, very interesting. A lot of questions from the audience. I really appreciate that, guys. Yeah, you're building something special here, man. I commend you for it. And I really like your attitude. We had some live feedback from the audience, and you immediately took down notes, and you want to make it applicable to your own app, which you're building. So
Yeah.
can't get much better than that, man, as a builder. So just keep going, dude. And once you guys really get going live, because I know you have all these wonky things with, like, the App Store and all the banking and stuff like that. We'll definitely have to come back and do like a live demonstration and
Sure.
see it work in real time. So
Yeah,
it's
next
really
time we'll be
exciting.
prepared. Next time we'll be prepared with
No,
screen
you just
sharing. We'll have an
well,
application.
well, in your defense, we're still learning Riverside as well. And so, we didn't know that you couldn't screen share with the app itself. I mean, that seems
I
like
do
a
have
cool
a
start.
solution, by the way, because on the desktop I can screen share, right?
Right.
And there's this application called OBS Studio. On OBS Studio, I can connect my phone and screen share to OBS Studio. So I'm going to
Oh,
screen share
okay.
to, and OBS Studio is used a lot for live streamers. So if you're a Twitch streamer or whatever, you connect your mic, you can modify the gain, all that stuff, camera, green screen, all of it. Anyways, and on top of it, you can share a background. That's what the YouTubers use, where they have like their head in the bottom and then
Mm-hmm.
the screen. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
well,
with
next
screen
time,
share. And
yeah,
yeah, no,
and
screen share here.
yeah, well, next time too, I don't mind getting together a little before or on a different day, and we can just practice and make sure we get all dialed in before the show. So,
Yeah.
we're learning as we go too, right?
Yeah.
So, don't hold yourself accountable, because
Right.
it's a new software for us. So,
Yeah.
but it's working great. It's just these little quirks that we're learning as we go. So,
Yeah, I do think the way to go here is I just screen share to my device, to my computer, and from the computer I screen share to you guys. I think that's gonna be the best way. I'll look into it. Maybe you guys are gonna look into it. I just wanted to give you the idea because maybe you're
perfect.
familiar with some system for that.
Cool.
Awesome. Yep.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Yeah, definitely do this in a few months.
Cool, man. Awesome. Well, I think if that's everything, guys, I think we're gonna wrap it here. Please stay a little bit with us, Hansen, when we end the live stream, just for a little bit. Okay, guys, Kendon, do you have anything else, or should we wrap it here?
Let's wrap it up.
Well, let's wrap it up. Okay, this has been a really fun live stream. Excuse me. Thank you so much again, man, for coming. I know you've been sick as hell, and for powering through that. You're very passionate about your product. I like what you're building. I think it's really cool, and you've just been absolutely tremendous and awesome guest. So, guys, just as a reminder here, we're going to be having Auto Regira next Saturday. Then, of course, we're gonna have the Thursday space again, the Thursday before that. So we're gonna be going, guys. If you have any at all topic requests, or are there any teams out there that we've talked before and you think there's something interesting that you want to share, please reach out to me or Kenton. We will get you scheduled and we will make a show for you. There's a lot of people building a lot of cool stuff. So tune in next week, guys, for Auto Regira, the Regira app layer. Super cool what they're building there. Really excited for that. Once again, Hansen, thank you so much, dude. And shout out to BIORLABS. Super excited to see what you build, man. And
Do a little call to action here.
Go ahead.
Right.
Send us
So,
home.
if you want to support us, if you've been listening, like I said, we're in a self-funded project. We did a fair token launch. So if you want to support us, there's many ways. The first one is you can just download the app, send us feedback. It's very valuable, and it's going to show us that there is demand for our product, and the demand is going to help us fundraise. So it's going to help us a lot. So that's number one. Number two, if you're someone with a big wallet, you can vote with your money. If you just buy our token, we make money from the tax, and it's going to help us. Mind you, most of our members, we have to work more than one job. So if you want to support us, we can go full time, get this going. You can buy the token. If you have a bigger wallet, you can reach out to us. We will do OTC deals with you. Do not email us. If you email us, we're going to think it's a scam because all of these scammers are spamming us with OTC deals. So just go on Telegram in the group. You can tag me. I'll be there. I'm going to answer, or one of our mods. I'll get in touch. There's no problem with that. Or getting Discord. In Discord, we have no one, so it's going to be easier to spot you, right? Otherwise, if you're you have an even bigger wallet and then these OTC deals, and you're also a builder, you can contact me and we can do some equity work, right? And get you on board. You can work with our team and you can help us ship. So yeah, in any way, so yeah, there's a lot of ways you can support us. We really appreciate it. And I really appreciate you guys for giving us the platform to not only talk about the product, but then make this call to action and get some support.
Yeah.
Oh, our pleasure. And you supported THORChain as well, running on the back end a little bit. So that's what it's all about, man. So you've been a long time community member of THORChain back in 2021. So you're definitely no newbie. Appreciate everything you're doing and appreciate the nets. So just keep going, man. No fear for failure, right?
Yeah. Whoops. Yeah.
Thanks everyone for joining us. Take care, everyone. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye now.
Take care, everyone.